The wait is over. Join us for wall-to-wall coverage of the NFL Draft. We have every pick, every trade, analysis, instant reactions, fantasy takes, and more. Don't miss a second.
Going for two, kickers are extra, I give them the boot. Ooh, going for two, sit back, relax while I grab me a brew. Ooh, now I'm reclining while putting my time and I'm ready to go. My spine is aligning and much my lineups, my bank account grow. I am so rich, but knowledge is all that I'm leaving it with. Ooh, listen to this, multiple options, how far can I get? Ooh, DFS Dynasty redraft tonight, I'm not finishing last. I'm finishing past any and all, I am looking to last. What else? This spot is popping and I am so locked in and only opening the door when it is opportunity knocking. And all of these spots keep on talking and talking. So what are we talking? What kind of alignment? And running it deep, even players forgotten or came from the bottom or hitting that top end. And this spot is popping, yeah, this spot is popping. And woo, this is the armchair, yeah. Put up your arms, yeah. Sound the alarm, yeah.
What is going on? And welcome to Going for Two's NFL Draft coverage. We are going to be covering all 3 days of the NFL Draft. I will be here with you for the first 2 hours. Ryan, my co-host, will be joining us shortly, but we do have one of our guests on tonight. We have Justin from Fantasy Now Plus. What's up, Justin?
What's up? What's up?
It's good to have you back on, sir. So, real quick, let's just jump right into it with the NFL Draft stuff. What is sort of your pre-draft type stuff? Like, how do you get prepared for it? How in depth do you get with the NFL Draft?
People could say they go to the combine, they go to college pro days, they watch, they scout, they do all these things, they watch the video. I don't know. I'm a feels guy, so I look at team needs. I say this person would be great for me to go there. And just look at it that way. I mean, like, it's fun too. I just did a mock draft published yesterday, so I'm really curious to see how many of these picks are good. I did one last month and then one yesterday. So it was like my first rendition, and then now, which a month ago I was like Shedeur Sanders going 101 to the Raiders, but things have changed.
Things have changed a little bit.
Now, like, I'm hearing today that, like, as of an hour ago, Shedeur Sanders might not even go in the first round.
Yeah. When I was doing my mock, I'm like looking at the top teams, like, okay, the Raiders maybe, the Saints maybe, and then it's like the Steelers at 21 maybe, and then it's like, who else needs a quarterback after that in the first round?
I have a very spicy take tonight, but on Shedeur Sanders. But we did a draft last week on our show on Friday, and just kind of our like finalized, like, okay, let's do it. And really, honestly, if you get past the 9th or 10th pick, unless somebody trades up, it's 21 before you're looking at being picked. And we're talking like Aaron Rodgers level, like, fallback here.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess that's good company to be in. Like, Rodgers has done pretty well in his career until as of late. But no, I actually think I have Travis Hunter going 2 and Shedeur Sanders going 6 to the Browns.
Ooh.
Both to the Browns.
Wow. So you got the Browns trading back into the first?
The Texans did it with the second and third pick with C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Why can't the Browns do it?
Yeah, good call. Yeah,
make up for the Deshaun Watson trade.
All right, let's go ahead and just jump right into it and talk about the biggest or the least kept secret in the NFL right now. The 101, it's going to be Cam Ward, right? I mean, no surprises here.
It's gotta be Cam Ward. I mean, I hope the Titans are going to tighten and just like mess this up somehow. But the pick is in. So yeah, 100% it's Cam Ward. I don't think that's going to be any kind of surprise, considering the fact that he's talked about Tony Pollard, he's talked about Tajay Spears, Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks, like
top 5.
yeah, top 5 players right there. Yeah, he's definitely not going to the Titans.
Yeah.
But I mean, he should be the face of the franchise there. A lot of people have compared him to Steve McNair for the Titans, so that could be good for them.
Absolutely. So looking at it from a fan's perspective, not necessarily about Cam Ward himself, but what does that do to the offensive pieces around him? Like, what does it do for the Calvin Ridleys and the Tony Pollards and all the guys there? Could be worse than Will Levis, though, right?
I don't think your listeners want to hear me talk about the Titans because notorious Titan hater over here. So I am known to be a Titan hater. Calvin Ridley is not a wide receiver 2, even in my opinion. Like, he might be a wide receiver 2, borderline. Tony Pollard didn't meet expectations. He actually, I think he met expectations. He didn't exceed the expectations that everybody thought he would. And Tyjae Spears is good enough. He's young. He's no ACLs. But I think Cam Ward should do better. He should certainly do better than Will Levis. I'm so happy to see Will Levis just be done.
Well, as a Titan hater, you probably want to see Will Levis continue playing, right?
I mean, yes. Don't get me wrong. I want the Titans to Titan right now, and the pick is in right now. Roger Goodell's on the stage, so I don't know how delayed you are.
I'm I'm pretty delayed. So you can go ahead if they've already announced the official pick. I mean, this one's probably going to be pretty clear, but
Cameron Ward.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Yeah, no surprises there. We pretty much knew that, pretty much for about a month now that it's going to be Cam Ward here at the top.
Yeah, and if you didn't, you were under a rock. I mean, truthfully. So currently 1 for 1 right now on my mock.
Off to a good start.
I thought about this earlier. I was actually doing a lot of yard work. I was like, the NFL draft is like, wait, we have a trade. Oh,
we have a trade. I'm not seeing it.
Jacksonville traded up to the number 2.
Wow.
The Browns traded back to 5.
Wow. This will be interesting. I wonder, is Jacksonville really going to go up and get Genty at 2?
I think so. I hate that.
That is crazy. I would never have thought the draft up to that high to get the number 2 pick could be a running back. I thought for sure they could probably wait and get him.
I missed the.
Yeah,
I missed what all it was in that, but the Browns and Jaguars have agreed to a blockbuster trade to give the second, the 5th in a massive haul. That's what they're getting back. So they could use that to trade up to get Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. I'm just saying, it could still happen. But I hate. Oh God. Being from Indianapolis, I hate this. Now I'm gonna have to deal with Ashton Genty in the division.
Yes. So going back to the Cam Ward real quick, as far as fantasy goes, where do you see him? Obviously not his rookie season, but let's look at a dynasty perspective. 2-3 years from now, is he a top 12 quarterback, top 15 quarterback, you think?
I do not think so. I don't think he's a top 12 or 15. I don't want to compare this draft completely to like the Kenny Pickett draft for quarterbacks, but I truthfully don't believe there is an elite quarterback in this draft. Cam Ward will be fine. It's the Titans organization. How is that going to go? Like, they're going to have 2 good years and then they're going to have like 12 bad years. It's going to be tough. So classic Browns fashion, they forgot to me.
Too busy microwaving a burrito. Jamie's in the chat talking about his Browns. See, we also got Robbie in the chat too, but he's putting a bunch of emojis that unfortunately Restream does not recognize. Just the words
I saw that. I was like, I forgot I'm supposed to be updating our article of all the positions.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
All the draft picks. Yeah, we're doing that live until my social media manager gets home from work.
Nice. I keep refreshing.
Yes, 12 bad years.
I keep refreshing the NFL draft tracker, and it's not. It still has the Browns sitting there at 2. So,
oh man, you're really far back.
I am really far back. I mean, I was just literally when you were talking about the trade, I'm looking at Cam Ward getting drafted over here. So I don't even.
I mean, you're not far behind. Like, it was immediate. Like, it's at Browns on the clock, and it was like, nope, trade.
Wow, they must have had that set and ready to go.
This was the big talk. Our friend Dustin Ludke was saying that the Jaguars were not going to take Genty. Well,
looks like they might. At number 2, no doubt.
yeah.
So let's talk about it as if it is Genty. I know the pick is not quite yet, but let's
Okay.
just
Oh, sorry. Here's Jaguars received the 2nd overall, 4th in a 6th round pick this year. The Browns received the 5th overall pick, next year's 1st round pick, and a 2nd and a 4th round pick this year. And I believe that 2nd is the 36th overall pick. So they're getting a pretty nice
deep.
haul for that pick just to move back 3. That kind of resets the Deshaun Watson picks.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of gets back that a little bit of that damage for sure. So let's assume that it's Genty here at this pick. What does that do for Travis Etienne, right? Pretty much kills his value.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was like, it you have James Robinson. James Robinson, undrafted free agent, does great. Next year they draft Travis Etienne in the 1st round. Travis Etienne has been faltering. Yeah, he might be Trevor Lawrence's like best friend, but now they're growing up for Genty. I don't think it's going to be long. Etienne probably is out in Jacksonville. I mean, think about, what was it, 2 years ago? Gibbs gets drafted by the Detroit Lions. They brought in Montgomery. They already had DeAndre Swift. They have 3 running backs now, 3 like starting running backs. So they trade DeAndre Swift away. I could see Etienne maybe getting traded to a team that needs a running back. I mean, think about the Raiders. They don't have a running back. They didn't solve the running back position this year. They got who? Like Sincere McCormick? Like,
yeah, that's their best. I think Raheem Mostert is there now too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, Raheem Mostert was their solution at 33 years old or 32 years old. That doesn't seem smart to me. So my team is saying that Abdul Carter here, which they already have Josh Allen, they already have Walker. I don't think this is Abdul Carter.
Who was saying Abdul Carter? The broadcast was
my team.
Oh, your team.
Fantasy now. Like I've got the Discord open too, and they're just making, this is definitely Genty. Okay, so the pick is in for the Jaguars, so we'll see here. But
if I'm an ETN owner, I'm a little bit nervous right now because this draft is loaded with running backs. So when this draft is over with, will ETN find a home?
If you're an ETN owner, are you even starting him? Like,
fair point. I actually used to be an ETN owner as of about 2 weeks ago. I traded him away for a 26 second. So I'm happy with that take right now.
Roger Goodell is on the stage. I got the Walter Payton Man of the Year up here.
I was going to turn up the volume, but so let's talk about the Giants here at that 3. Now that the pick is in for the Jags, and we assume it's going to be Genty. What do they do here now? I mean, this is not how they expected it to go. I don't think they expected Genty to be off the board, but their guy probably is still here, right?
Well, I mean, Tyrone Tracy is there. Like, he's not dead, so like he's still very. I mean, Genty is better than Tyrone Tracy, but you got a running back, so why waste your pick there? You got guys like Abdul Carter potentially. We don't know what the Jaguars are picking. They could go there. I saw reports as of like 2 hours ago. Jackson Dart might go 3 overall, which would be wild, considering they just got Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. So
Travis Hunter.
They didn't expect Travis Hunter to be there. So make that as you will. I'm trying to think, who did I have now for the Giants? I feel like I
think I have Abdul Carter going in my mocks that I had him pretty much going 3 to the Giants.
Oh, that's right. I had the 3rd pick getting traded back with the Bears, and the Bears selecting Ashton Genty. All right. Here's the pick.
Yeah, I'm way behind. They're still doing the Man of the Year speech.
Travis Hunter goes to the Jaguars.
Wow.
Wow.
So much for Aston Genty.
So Shador and Hunter are not going. Wow.
So much for all that talk about Genty there to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now I mean, essentially it went the same way the Giants thought they would go, just different team in front of them. So let's talk about Hunter. How much fantasy value do you think he has as a receiver?
I don't feel confident about, like, I wasn't sold on Hunter. Like, he's obviously the best player out there. I think in Jacksonville this works out though. I think this works out better than it does in Cleveland unless they get Shador Sanders. They have the quarterback, so he could play wide. Like, they have Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side. Now you got Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter on opposite sides. That's nuts. Etienne's is a pass catching back. That's good. Ingram's no longer there, so I think Hunter works out there. They also need the defensive back, so this works out in the long run for the Jaguars.
Essentially fills two needs, and I think Travis Hunter, could benefit obviously from an alpha receiver there like BTJ. He won't have to be like the guy in the offense. But I tell you, I'm a little bit nervous in fantasy taking Travis Hunter because how much do they actually use him as a receiver? I think he's more valuable as a cornerback, and I'm afraid that they might give him 20 or 30 snaps, limited snaps, and have some plays designed for him, but not enough to the point that I feel comfortable starting him every week.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. Their head coach is Liam Cohen, right? He went there, so that's an offensive minded coach. I did not expect Hunter to go to the Jaguars. This is
as a Colts fan, who would you have preferred there, Genty or Hunter?
oh god. I mean, on the reverse side, I root for the Bengals, I think, more than I root for the Colts. So it's like the Browns could have had Hunter too. So it's like,
yeah, either way, you
the
were
worst. Yeah. I would rather have Hunter, I think, if I'm being honest. Like, he can play both sides, but will he play his entire career on both sides? Eventually, I feel like he's going to go to one. So it's the NFL's a lot. It's more than college. Like, it's more than 12 games. So, but he does play 130 snaps a game. That's crazy. So,
yeah, I saw Ryan Clark on ESPN talking about it, and he thinks that him trying to play both positions could hurt him. Because in the NFL, there's so much to learn at the position. If you're trying to play two positions and learn receiver and cornerback, that you can't possibly learn both equally as well. And if he doesn't pick one or the other, that it could actually hurt him in the long run. I don't know how true that is because we've never had a player quite like Travis Hunter before coming out that played so much on both sides of the ball. So maybe he can make it work. Maybe he can be that unique player that can do both full time. Because I mean, even Dion, who played both sides, didn't do both full time. He was a gadget player on offense.
mm-hmm. I still kind of remember the day when he decommitted from Florida State and went to Jackson State, like, as the number one overall prospect in the nation. And you're just like, that's insane. And you have to root for the kid.
Yeah.
No matter the situation in college, it's certainly interesting.
All right,
so
let's
the
go
Giants pick is in.
Let's go ahead and talk about the Giants a little bit because now that we know that Genty is on the board, is there a possibility that they go Genty here, or do you think that this is Abdul Carter?
I don't think so. I think you have to go Abdul Carter. If you don't trade out of this pick, which honestly, I feel like teams should be going, oh, we didn't miss out on the Genty sweepstakes. I think you go Abdul. Like, I would be trading this pick, but it's just me being wishful thinking here. I take Abdul Carter if you don't trade, though. I think you need it. I think it's the best player on the board. It's the best player in the draft, to be honest. I think you have to take this.
Yeah, I agree. But it is the Giants, so we don't know. They could go quarterback here for all we know.
Yeah. That would be Jackson Dart, right?
Yeah, that would be something for sure.
Okay, so Sean's got a spoiler. The New York Giants select Abdul Carter.
All right, so I mean,
It's not announced on the broadcast yet, but
it has happened.
so that's
It's kind of gone how we expected, just not the same teams that we expected. The top three, I think, were pretty much consensus across the board that those three would be going.
yeah, I agree. I mean, yep, Abdul Carter just announced. Okay, so would I have preferred to have my pick, my mock draft be correct? So far, I had the players correct, but not this pick, so it's fine.
All right, joining us, Mr. Joe Bond of Fantasy Six Pack. What's up, Joe?
What's going on, man? Pretty crazy draft start from the start, man. Pretty good. That trade was wild, man.
Yeah, that was wild for sure. I thought for sure on Genty there. What were your thoughts when they first traded?
Oh, I mean, Travis Hunter all the way. As soon as they traded, like Genty, no way. Like if they had gotten to 5, yeah, that was my pick. But no, as soon as they traded up, it was clearly going for Hunter. You got to go get that, that unicorn type player, man. Like he's one of a kind.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one. I think this is a make or break year for T-Law for sure.
Agreed. So I think y'all are ahead of me. Has the Giants pick been officially announced yet? I know we had a spoiler.
Yeah, it's officially picked. It is Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of Twitter accounts you can follow that announce these things like
super early,
5 minutes ahead of time. And then the later it goes, sometimes it's like 10 minutes ahead of time because there's commercials and they do all the pizzazz in between the picks.
Yeah.
But Cleveland's are taking calls for teams interested in the number 5 pick now. They're just
stacking picks.
They're just stacking picks.
I mean, is that a wrong move from an organization that doesn't have picks usually? I mean, that's
no, I love it for them. Dude, I mean, tank this year, go get Archie Manning, just load up on players later on through this draft. Come on, that's the way to do it. They needed to suck real hard for like a year.
I mean, they've been sucking real hard for a long time, but
yeah, but they've never gotten that number 1 pick that that they can get them that franchise quarterback, or they draft idiots and then trade for idiots as well.
So let's talk about the Patriots here at 4. I mean, it's been kind of tossed around different things. What are your thoughts here, Joe, at the 4 spot? Where do you think New England goes?
I do not have my mock up. I actually did fill out a mock today, finally, first time. I don't remember.
I think this one's a
no-brainer. I think it was the tackle, right? Or what? Yeah, what's his name?
Will Campbell, is that his name?
Yeah.
Will Campbell seems like the pretty locked in pick here. They've got to protect their franchise quarterback, who looked pretty good last year at times. So that's the right move. That's like what the Jags tried to do year 2 for T-Law, and then like it just all blew up. It worked in year 2, but it just everything else it blew up after that for some reason.
Looks like Will Campbell has been officially selected. Have y'all seen that yet?
I don't know. I'm missing TweetDeck where it automatically like feeds in. Is there anything that's replaced that?
So this is how I figured it out. I went to pff.com and pulled up their mock draft, and I was just going to start plugging in the players as we draft, and they've already put Will Campbell in there as actual pick.
Oh, well, it's because this Twitter account that I follow at Draft Diamonds announced it 33 seconds ago. So there you go. But I used to like get it on TweetDeck where it would like automatically feed all draft long. Now I keep hitting refresh, and I've got 3 million windows open, so I forget.
What's that?
So that is an official pick, Will Campbell?
Yes.
All right. Skeeting it or posting it or whatever it's called on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so I guess we got the pick in for the Patriots. We're already up to the Browns again at 5, so they're looking to rumor is they're looking to move back. But let's just say they make this pick. Where do they go here? You think?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna go Gentry. I don't know who they're gonna go with. Like, I just did not have them going at 5, so this kind of throws everything out off whack for me.
This does. This like I assumed they were gonna pick second. Like I really did.
I mean, there were, there was talks that like maybe they go Abdul Carter over Travis Hunter to like pair up Myles Garrett with him, but I thought that would have been a pretty bad move on their part. I feeling like trading back is the right move for them because like they just don't. There's nobody here unless they reach for like McMillan or something like that. Like, I mean, there's some guys out there, but I don't think anybody that they can't get close enough value for picks later.
Yep.
I mean, unless you want Ashton Gentry, like he's. Yeah, I like him.
The B League, who I know is a Giants fan, chimes in. We didn't fuck it up.
I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau and Abdul Carter on opposite sides is going to be.
That's going to be pretty nasty.
Pretty nuts. Now, if my dogs don't mess up my camera all night, that'd be great. Oh no, I have to plug my phone back in. Hold on.
All right.
Like 5 seconds here.
Sure thing.
I'm not used to restream. I feel like I'm looking backwards.
Oh, you could switch it. You can do.
How do I do that?
Like go to the
Did you go to settings?
Settings, yeah, and then go
mirror mode.
Mirror, yeah. Here we go.
There you go.
It is just. I think that's. I think that's.
I'm the same way. I gotta be a mirror mode.
I'm looking straight.
Now you look weird.
But it doesn't look like I'm. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just go back the other way. This is fun. I'm dancing.
Just keep hitting it.
Actually, it is odd because now it says Washington is backwards on your jersey.
Yeah. By the way, this is a jersey sent to me from Jamie Perogue here. My Jane Daniels jersey. Love it. What's up, man? Thanks for the jerseys. Love it.
So, obviously, we knew Cam Ward was going 1, Joe. What are your thoughts as far as Cam Ward 2-3 years from now? You think he's in the top 15 conversation for quarterbacks, or?
I'll tell you what. Like I watch a lot of ACC football. Virginia Tech fan. My thing with him is that he's done a lot of shootouts with Miami. Like their defense wasn't great, but he also like was part of the reason why they got behind a lot in games. It just wasn't clean early on. It wasn't efficient going on. They turned the ball over, and then it was just like, oh, it's go time. Click, and it would work. And it was scramble time. Defenses are playing a little bit of prevent type thing, and he could exploit it. He has a lot of. I feel like he has a lot of holes in his game. He's got a lot of talent too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Right coaching staff can make it work with him for sure. I have my concern. I have more concerns than I do like optimistic thoughts with him.
You think
Campbell has officially been picked, by the way?
Okay. Do you think the pieces around him gain some value here over having Will Levis as their quarterback?
Sure. I mean, I don't think that's very hard to do.
Agreed. So Josh wants to know in the chat, and I already talked to Justin about this before you came on, Joe, but how do you think the playing time for Travis Hunter plays out? Like, is he going to be playing receiver enough for us to be using him in fantasy?
I don't think so. I think he'll be a gadget guy. He's going to have these monster weeks, though, where he'll score like 3 touchdowns. Like, that's just what's going to happen, but it's going to be impossible to predict.
Yeah.
They don't really need him at receiver. It's going to be a luxury. But do they need him on defense? Absolutely.
I'm curious to how IDP is going to handle him. I mean, does he become like the top IDP option based on the fact?
Oh,
He's just talking about that.
Gotta get our dog, Steve. Jamie's in here. Jamie, you let us know, man. You play a lot more IDP than probably on any of us.
Yeah, Jamie, you're in the chat here. What do you think? Is Travis Hunter the top defensive player right now because he might play offense as well?
I mean, we did talk about this just before Joe got on. Obviously, I mean, I'm in a league where we are playing offensive and defensive positions. I have the 101 in that draft. I think Travis Hunter becomes the 101. I think that's how his ADP and sleeper is going to increase, is by IDP leagues that are able to play both positions, because you can throw him in a defensive back and he's going to score wide receiver points, which will be helpful.
Yeah, agreed.
You think he becomes a 101 in an IDP league, even over like the normal stud offensive players?
Yeah, I mean, you're drafting 2 players at the 101.
Yeah,
I mean, truthfully,
I get it. I just wonder if he's going to have enough offensive production every game to rely on to make it worth it.
I mean, get 3 receptions and like 30 yards. That's 6 points for a defensive back, just automatically off of 3 for 30, and then throw a touchdown in there, and that's 12.
Yeah.
So
the only thing I worry about is like, what if he really is that good as a cornerback and they don't throw his way on defense? So all you're getting is the offensive points. You're not getting the defensive points because he's not getting the tackles or anything, interceptions, because they're not throwing his way.
You'd be fine with just the offensive points, honestly. If he's that good at receiver, I think you're okay with that.
Yeah.
If you draft him thinking he's playing both ways and he only plays defense, especially as a DB, that's the tough part, because a lot of DBs, as I've learned from Steve, IDP Hunter, DBs aren't what you want. DBs should be devalued in almost all IDP leagues.
The Browns pick is in.
They don't carry the value that they should.
So with the 5th overall pick, the Cleveland Browns are selecting Mason Graham.
Yep.
Which is kind of where I thought at this point, you go best player available if you can't get the capital that you want.
Yeah, officially blowing up all the mocks.
Yeah.
I do think some people did have Mason Graham at 5. I had him going at 5 to Jacksonville.
I had him at 10 to the Bears.
So currently the only pick I've gotten wrong so far is the 3rd overall, and I had Ashton Genty going there to the Bears.
Oh, that was
so.
Oh, you predicted trades? Yeah, I don't even bother. That's
straight through. All right, so the Raiders are on the clock here, and some people had Genty going to the Raiders this high at 106. Think you can pull that trigger if you're the Raiders, Joe?
I think now that he's fallen, yes, because I had Gentry going to the Jags ahead of him. So now, and then I had Kelvin Banks going to the Raiders. But I think this is a slam dunk pick for me. I'd be shocked if they pass up on this.
Justin, do you agree?
Genty to the Raiders, yeah. My first mock draft last month was Genty to the Raiders at 6. This makes sense. Just like we talked about when we thought Jacksonville was taking Genty at 2, they need a running back. Maybe they would trade for ETN because they got Raheem Mostert. But the only thing here is that Pete Carroll doesn't pick running backs in the first 2 rounds. So, yeah. But I think Genty is the closest thing to Marshawn Lynch and Derrick Henry combined.
Yeah.
So it seems like a Pete Carroll player.
Does taking Genty here at 6 kind of kill the whole narrative of running backs don't matter? You know, for the longest time, running backs kind of kept falling in the first round.
No, I think this is just he's kind of a one of a kind. He's a big standout player here at this point. But I think it's still going to be a lot of running backs don't matter. Like, although I'll say running backs are starting to gain a little bit more value back in this league. It's starting to shift back their way. It's when you zig, you zag type of thing. But I think for the most part, there's a lot of replacement value to be had across the entire league. Still, this is the one position where replacement value is the highest.
I think last year with Saquon and what Jahmyr Gibbs was able to do in a 2-back system, like I think that increases that level. We hope Bijan can then take that next step as well and be on that level as well. Because I think at this point, Bijan is slightly behind Gibbs. I'm a huge Gibbs fan now. I wasn't at the time, but
hey,
Ryan has joined us.
What's going on, man?
Got to fix his mic. Every time he logs in, it does it. Well, he can hear us.
My kids stomping upstairs. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, I will wait for Ryan here. I guess we'll talk about any other possibilities if the Raiders don't go Genty. Is there any other thing that you think they might?
There was a couple of guys that I had kind of tossed up here. Obviously, Genty was the one. Kelvin Banks is another one. Mason Graham was another one, but he just got selected. I think they might surprise and could go like a Michael Williams or like a Jalen Walker or something like that. Maybe they go Armand Membobu. He's another one of those guys, but they seem to like Banks over him. So, but yeah, the pick is in, and it is
Ashton Genty.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, not a surprise.
It's not a surprise, no.
I mean, that was a pick forever, and then all of a sudden it was like 3 days ago. It was like, oh,
yeah.
The Jags GM was like, we're taking Genty if he falls to us, and it's like, oh, all right then. So, I guess we're done. So, but yeah,
it makes sense. It really does.
He's good. The one thing, is anybody even remotely worried about the fact that he kind of lacks like runaway speed, like breakaway speed?
Yeah,
he's so good at every other aspect of his game.
Yep,
that's
the one knock on him. But honestly, in this league, I don't know if you necessarily need to have that as long as you have everything else. Because you look at guys like
he had more yards after contact than any running back had yards. Period.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I mean, and that's gonna help a ton. Like, you just see guys like Gibbs who just have that breakaway speed, and they're like, thriving in the league right now.
Can we hear me?
Yep, we got you now, right?
Yeah, awesome.
There we go.
So I just came on to dumb teams doing dumb things. I just got back from dinner, and I assume dumb teams have done stupid things all night.
Not really. There hasn't been too many dumb things happening.
Trading up for Hunter was that a dumb thing?
So you're not a fan of trading up for Hunter. Let's hear your take on it. We've given ours. Let's hear yours.
The Jaguars. I know it's 2 players for 1, which is cool and all, but there's still questions because of it. And moving up and giving a future first and other picks is kind of dumb. And I hate it. But it could have been worse. They could have took the running back at 5. Or
they could have traded up
or tight end
back at 2, which we talked about potentially.
Took who at 2?
Yeah, took Genty at 2. That would have been even more surprising.
Yeah, it could have been. They could have got dumber. Like, they got a great football player, but it's a lot to give up.
Yeah, to move up a couple spots for sure.
Bad teams stay bad for a reason.
So what are your thoughts on the rest of the draft so far? Cam Ward obviously went 1, and then Genty just went to the Raiders. Pretty much chalk so far, other than the trade.
Giants made the right move. Patriots made the right move. Yo, I thought you were a Patriots fan. Why are you wearing a Washington jersey?
I am definitely not a Patriots fan. Screw that noise.
Oh, are you really not? Who am I thinking? Oh, Jesus.
He's 100% Washington Commanders fan.
Are you really? Well, I am. Dude, I apologize so much.
You should.
That's
You should
something
apologize.
terrible.
Call me a
That's
Pats
something
fan.
terrible.
Sorry to
I
all the Pats
apo-
fans. Sorry, not sorry, actually.
No, you're not. I don't know who I'm thinking. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who's been on the show that's a Patriots fan. I know what's his
Ryan,
name?
maybe.
The Black Book. What's his name? Joe
Brian
Pisapia.
Rockwood is a
Oh,
Patriots
is
fan.
to be a Pats fan?
Yeah.
Maybe I got you and Joe confused, which is not disrespectful to you.
I mean, yeah, you
Just
are
kidding.
you are glowing green like you're in some sort of club, man. What the hell just happened there?
No, I don't. I have my backlight on. Hold on. I just walked in. Oh, dude, I was at like a 4-course dinner tonight and like rushing to get back. So give me a second. Oh,
All right, let's talk about the Jets here, Justin. What are the Jets here? What are the Jets doing here, you think?
Well, let's look. I have
I think it's Roddy
probably
close
a
here,
reach
boss. I don't
here.
know.
I have Ted McMillan going to the Jets. Pair him up
I
with
heard
Garrett
a lot.
Wilson.
I
think
heard a lot
Give-
about that.
Give Justin Fields another target. Give him Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, who is apparently on the trade block tonight, and Ted McMillan.
That's wild.
That's giving Justin Fields everything he's never had.
Yep.
And you just gave him a 2-year contract. You might as well give him targets for 2 years.
How is-
I think
How
Ted
is the
makes
Jets
a lot of
offensive
sense here.
line?
Yeah.
I'm not a big offensive line guy, but the Jets
I mean,
line.
Dude, Jets are going to
the
take
thing
one.
is,
Watch.
the thing is, Justin Fields is a little bit more mobile than Aaron Rodgers, so doesn't matter.
That doesn't take much.
It doesn't. I'm more mobile than Aaron Rodgers.
I was
The
gonna
Jets-
say this is
Oh, when
hard.
you asked the other thing, I think Cleveland made a great move.
Oh, Jets pick is in,
And moving back.
And it's
and
who
they
I-
took
it's who I
the
picked.
they
Yeah.
took the player that I thought it was going to be if it wasn't going to be Ted. Ted was my wishful thinking. They are taking Armand I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name.
Membo.
Yes,
That's a good pick. It's solid.
it is.
Offensive
It's the
line.
safe pick.
He's
Offensive line's never a bad pick.
he had crazy good metrics at the combine. I do
My-
know that.
My co-host of my other show, Andy Correnti, he's a Jets fan. That's who he's wanted from the start. Like that's been his top pick for like 2 months. That's all I've heard about. And
yeah,
yeah.
the only reason why
it was the right pick.
the only reason why I mocked Kelvin Banks over him was because the Raiders were like raving about Banks, and then because I didn't think Gentry was getting to them.
Right.
So all of it would have changed had I known the trade was happening, obviously, but that's the unpredictability of the draft. And that's what makes it fun. That's why we're here.
Absolutely. All right, Panthers are on the board, and I saw a note earlier saying that Panthers were looking to trade back themselves. So far, they're still on the board, though. Ryan, I'll ask you, who do you think the Panthers take here at 8?
Panthers need freaking everything. They're another team. Like you said about trading back, that's a smart thing to do. Their team could use any playmakers they can get. Like I don't love like this high, but they could use them because the receiving core is terrible. They could use Warren because they don't really have a tight end. They need Bryce Young needs help, and they should make the move here. So I think trading back and getting one of those players is a smart thing to do, but I don't know if they'll do it.
Justin, what are your thoughts here?
I picked Abdul Carter going here, so.
Oh wow! You thought Carter was lasting that long? Holy cow!
I thought there was a lot of things happening before this pick that have not happened before this pick. So they do need a lot of things. Wide receiver could be taken here to pair up with Leggett.
Dude, Legette's just not a wide receiver one.
I got one.
He's not.
They're going hometown boy Jalen Walker. He's from North Carolina. The front office is stupid, and they just want to sell tickets. So I've heard a lot about that over the last week, and so I'm buying it because it's Panthers stay bad for a reason.
You know what's nice?
He's not horrible, right? But it's just kind of like that's not the best player on the board right now.
Agreed.
It's really nice that really good teams and really bad teams have one thing in common. They can take the best overall player and not worry about it.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
the
much.
Panthers are one of those.
Yep.
Dude, they need to get Bryce Young something, man. Or he's just done.
So there's also been some talk. Let's talk about receivers here. There's been some talk that I know we all in the community of fantasy think that Ted McMillan is the receiver one, but there's some talk that a guy like Matthew Golden might actually be the first receiver taken off the.
Which makes sense in Carolina because they have a big body wide receiver and Leggett.
Yeah.
They have Thielen, who's a possession guy. A deep threat makes sense. Do I think it's the right move? Absolutely not, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It'll
If
have
you
to
trade
be
it back.
It'll have to be team fit reason to do it. Although I will
So
say
stupid.
I've pushed receivers like pretty far
Way
down.
down.
I've got the first receiver going to the Cowboys, and it is McMillan. Even though like him and CeeDee Lamb kind of can do a lot of the same things. Like imagine trying to cover both of them.
Yeah.
Like good luck. I mean, as a Commanders fan that has no defensive backs, we're gonna get wrecked by that. So that's gonna be awesome. Praying that doesn't happen.
I'm trying to figure out how behind I am right now on my feed.
Trying to figure out what?
How far behind I am on my feed right now.
Well,
Like,
Geoff
have
was
we
onto
actually seen the
something with
Jets pick
PFF
on
mock
TV?
draft.
No.
No. Oh, I don't know.
Or
I
are
don't
we
think
spoiling
so.
shit?
No. On TV, it's not. I follow in a Twitter feed that gives me everything. Is there like a
Jeff
is there like a-
Jeff got me onto
The
this
Jets-
PFF mock, and it's been spoiling everything for me.
Yeah.
So I've just been
What is it?
updating my page.
that's the
that
feed, guys. That's the
Okay.
one you want.
Oh, I follow every year. Yeah.
Yeah, every year, man. That's the one. And
They're the ones who
I
I
only do it because I've got to get content out like quickly. So it's like nice to be like, oh, I can prep for like 5 minutes before I have to like announce it, which is nice. Go find all my
I'm
notes.
hoping to be live next year.
Where is it next year?
It's in Pittsburgh, so I'm hoping to see it live.
Yeah. It's not too far.
Oh,
I
TV
probably
is
will
now
not make
announcing
that.
the Jets
It's
pick.
it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10
For
minutes.
you, yeah. It's
Yeah.
8 hours for me still.
Yeah,
Not quite
I
8
hope
hours.
that
It's pretty
next
far
year.
for me still. I'm not doing that. It'd have to be
Yeah.
in Baltimore or DC for me to go.
I'd go to Baltimore.
Yeah, Robbie, stay tuned to us because we're ahead of the curve. We'll give you the pick way before time. We'll be done.
Yeah, dude. Spoil.
Point-
Then once you hear it here, spoil it for your friends and ruin your group chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Be a terrible human being. We support that.
No, you know what you do? You just like you bet them like, hey, I bet you this is the pick.
Oh, that's even shadier. I support that. What? I mean, I'm gonna say those Jets hats are terrible. Then who has? I hate those so much. I don't even know what that logo is.
Well, I want to ask you, like, because Shador Sanders was mocked like really high up in a lot of drafts for a long time, and now we're hearing all the rumors that he's not considered a first round talent. What do you guys think on that one?
So I'll start since I think he's not that athletic. Because he has Dion's name, people
Yeah.
assume that. I don't think he's that athletic. He does have a super strong arm, and I think his drops aren't great. He's not quick enough to the ball. He took a ton of sacks. He took a ton of sacks because of his line and blamed them, which I hate. But he also took a lot of sacks because he just held on to the ball
Yes.
and tried to play hero ball. And he doesn't have the athleticism or arm strength to really do that.
Yep.
I think he's a middle tier quarterback, if not a high end backup. Like I think he's in that range. I don't love him or any quarterback in this draft. I think Cam Ward isn't the first overall pick in a lot of drafts, but Sanders specifically, there's a lot to like. I think there's a lot to work with there, but there's a lot of holes in his game.
I agree. I think he's more of a project than people thought. Like I really do think
Much
that
more.
somebody's gonna take a second quarterback, if not a third, in this first round. But I do think
It's
it's
a
gonna be a
mistake.
massive. I do think it's gonna be a massive mistake.
Any quarterbacks in the first round at this point on is a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
I mean, there's a
not.
reason why Jackson Dart wasn't projected a first round
Panthers pick
quarterback
is in.
for a long,
Sorry.
for a long
You're good.
time. Milrow was not even considered even close, and now he's like gaining steam.
Teams are desperate.
There's no way. Ooh,
Ted
yeah,
McMillan.
that's an interesting one. Ted McMillan to the Panthers. There we go.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Yep.
I like that. That makes sense. You need to get right hand weapons.
So
Yeah.
And he could get a ton of targets because they're going to play.
Gotta get them a defense too, though, man. Like
Yeah.
they are pathetic
Oh,
on defense.
They are, but you know what? A bad defense and a team that has to throw and play comeback ball on garbage time gold.
Points. Yep, that's all I care about.
Garbage time legend. I'm okay with that.
So to circle back onto your point, Joe, about Shadur Sanders, I think if he makes it past this pick right here, which is the Saints pick on the clock, I don't think there's a possibility that he gets drafted until at least the 21st pick with the Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I mean, Vegas had him at 24.5.
Yeah, I think that's where the over/under was set at.
Someone's gonna have to trade back into the first round, in my opinion, to take him. I just don't think the Steelers are going to do that move. They just don't feel like the kind of team that does that.
I don't think the Steelers know what they're doing at this point.
But Mason Rudolph will be your starter in week 1?
I don't know.
Are they still holding out for Aaron Rodgers?
Dude, if you're holding out for Aaron Rodgers, you're dumber than I thought.
I think Aaron Rodgers is a Monday signing.
Aaron Rodgers needs to just retire and not start
he needs
to retire and not start a podcast.
Yes.
He needs to retire and just go away like forever.
Yeah, dude. He needs to disappear. What do we think Tet's ceiling is right now?
I mean, I do legit think it's wide receiver 1. This guy is
like a fantasy wide receiver 1, like top 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe not this year, but like couple, year or two down the road. Give it, I think he's there. He's got the size, he's got the body control, he's got the contested catch ability. He did struggle at times, but I don't think it was necessarily his fault. I mean, like, it's not like he was in the greatest offense,
Now, the only negative I've heard on him, and it's from scouts, is that he doesn't love football. Like, football is not his number one, and that's sort of a knock on him, that they're afraid that he's going to lose interest and not put the work in. So that's obviously something that you won't. Go ahead.
So you're saying he's a Jacksonville Jaguar to pair up with Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, the thing is, I know that's a big deal, but I mean, we get the best player in the NBA doesn't care about basketball, so you can still be okay if you take your job seriously and hate it.
Yeah, I guess you're talking about Jokic, of course.
Yeah, obviously, but yes,
wants to ride horses and be in his country.
My only fear of him is touchdown dependency on a bad offense, because there's not a ton of separation at the ball point. But him being as good as a T. Higgins is a possibility if he got a little bit more physical and stronger. But he can be really good.
I mean, he pretty much steps in as the number one, right? I mean, we don't think Adam Thielen's got anything left in the tank, and Xavier Legette definitely isn't the number one. So I mean, he steps in. What should
he's starting day one? He should get 100+ targets. In reality.
Refreshing my Twitter feed here to see if the pick has been made yet for the Saints.
I just love that we're spoiled. I'm glad we have no spoiling rule. We don't have a spoiling rule. That's the worst when you're doing a podcast on draft night and they're like, "Oh, don't spoil things."
No, we're spoiling it. We're going to be ahead of the curve for everything.
Good. And thank you for sending draft diamonds. I mean,
Jamie, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
What's up, man? So, Jamie, real quick, man, let's talk about your team tonight.
I haven't seen you for a freaking long time.
Yeah, it's been over a year, probably.
Yeah.
I see you every week, though.
That means you don't. That means you don't watch our podcast.
Yeah, why aren't you watching?
Thanks a lot, man.
I watch nobody's podcast.
I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't even watch.
Including, I've never watched myself podcast before.
I only do it because I have to like edit.
I don't watch anything
I hate
draft
it.
content because I don't want my opinion skewed.
Fair enough.
Which just sounds ridiculous and full of shit, but
Just-
true. Even people I really respect, I won't watch it because I don't want my opinion to be changed because I'm easily swayed.
Day one starter, 100% who?
He's talking about
McMillan?
Ted McMillan.
Oh yeah. I mean,
100%.
100%.
How can you not start
did
him on that
anybody think he wasn't?
No, I just asked the question: is he the number one receiver in that offense from day one?
I think so.
Oh,
I think he leads in targets.
Yeah, I don't see how he's not.
Yeah.
Jamie, I'm curious to your opinion on your team here. Trading back, Mason Graham at the 5.
Man, well, it's a lot better than what I thought was going to happen. I thought they were going to screw it up, timeout, have to forfeit the pick, not realize it until the middle of the first round, and then they were just trade it for some dude that was already injured and give him millions of dollars guaranteed.
Man,
I mean,
that's some
classic
faith.
Browns. Yeah,
Don't know if I've ever seen that.
I have the Saints pick, by the way. If anybody want, we want it.
What quarterback is it?
Yeah.
It's not. It's Kelvin Banks.
It is not. It is.
It is Kelvin Banks.
There we go.
I
saw it was only 3 off for Kelvin
Jamie,
Banks.
for you, I think
went
this
a
is
little
the best
early.
Cleveland's done in the first round.
Yeah, I love it.
Like they made the smart move.
I mean, they only moved back 3 spots.
They got a first out of it and other picks.
A first and didn't they get a second? The 206 or whatever this year?
Yeah, this year I think.
Yeah. Cleveland did real good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still not a threat, but they still did good.
I was surprised.
They did all right.
I thought they would have screwed it up somehow or another, but I do like the Mason Graham pick. Like that dude is going to be a beast. He's great at the run defense, and he's a good pass rusher. So I love that. Hey,
Jamie, Gladys told me to tell you to slow down a little bit.
Slow down what?
It's a long night.
See what you want.
With my takes?
No,
all right.
I think
you're about drinking.
I just got home from work, literally like 20 minutes ago.
Dude, I was a food and wine pairing. I'm freaking lit.
You're good. It couldn't be a draft night without Ryan getting drunk because that's how it's been every year since we've been doing this.
I mean, I'm staying light on the bourbon. I have to go all the way downstairs if I want to refill.
Yeah, you're still coherent. I remember the very first year when we did the full 5 hours or whatever it was, and
I drank a fucking fifth.
Holy crap!
Yeah, Ryan was so sloppy.
I literally drank an entire fifth. It was great.
There was definitely one draft night. So I used to do the live show for Fantasy Six Pack. There was definitely one night where I don't really remember the last 6 rounds.
Oh man,
yeah, it was bad. I was like, I can't do that again.
Blocking out's part of the draft.
Well, I know 2 years ago when I was on this, Joe, you were one of the guests. This the first time I ever met you. I was sloshed, and then after the stream, we got talking about IDP, and that's how I introduced you to Steve.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Steve randomly applied.
No, I was the one that told him to because you said you were looking for an IDP guy, and I told Steve to apply.
Okay. I don't know if I realized that. All right.
So, what are the Bears taking here?
Hampton.
I would say I know they wanted a running back bad.
I mean, Hampton would be a decent backup to Roshan, right?
Hampton feels high here, though.
Yeah, that was the first time in a long time we have 2 running backs in the top 10.
2 running backs in the top 10 is crazy. It's such a mistake.
Not the running back one for the Bears.
Leave Roshan out of this.
Just saying, he's not RB1.
Why do you gotta pick on Jamie right now? He's a Browns fan. He has enough bad going for him.
Yeah.
So I had Mason Graham going here, but that obviously ain't happening.
So the top rated D line right now on PFF is Walter Nolan still on the board.
Yeah, Walter Nolan's good, but again, interior defensive player.
A little high for that.
A little high for that. There's still need a lot.
A lot of people kept saying Tyler Warren here, and I'm confused.
I
by
don't
that
see it.
because
I don't see
Cole
it.
Kmet still exists.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think
So
at this
I
point,
feel like
why
they're
not?
kind of the same.
I think Tyler Warren's way better. Just
Yeah.
it's not.
It's
a
just
position
not.
of
It's
need.
not
like
a.
why.
Yeah, not a
why-
massive upgrade.
Why do
I'd
that?
go in.
Like,
I'd get whatever edge or defensive player you feel the best about at this point.
Michael Williams, is he gone?
I mean,
already?
I could see them going.
No, that's kind of Michael Williams is kind of where I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I could
that
see
was-
them
I mean,
going with an
I had
offensive
Michael
position
Williams
though.
going to the Saints because I didn't think they would go quarterback, which they didn't. But
Saints kind of Saints.
but
Saints
I
are
had
another team.
Banks.
They never had.
But I had Banks going earlier. Again, the Gentry trade just screwed everything up for me. I feel like it would have been pretty spot on had none of the trades happened. But yeah, Michael Williams, I feel like would be a good one here.
Mike Green also is another edge on there as well.
Mhm.
He's the top rated one currently on PFF as far as edge rushers.
What about Stewart?
Shamar, I was gonna say Shamar Stewart.
I like that guy.
I like him.
Williams.
I like him too. I like him a lot.
Can the Bears really afford to take like a just athlete and not a polished player where there's questions? Like I love Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart does scare me.
Ooh,
They're not a
They
Jamie,
went tight
like,
end.
You were in the Discord chat rooms with me and Steve where I was like, interesting calls on Shamar Stewart because Steve was like, I mean, we're looking at college production here. It's not there. Like I know he's got the size and but the tools aren't there. Like that's all there is with this guy. He's just a freak.
I can't believe this. I'm sorry, Joe, but
wait, they took Loveland?
The Bears drafted Colston Loveland.
Wow. So they went tight end, but not even Tyler Warren. They went with the.
They didn't even go with the best tight end.
No,
shout out to my co-host Derek
I will say this. I saw a lot of people talking about Loveland being higher on boards for a lot of teams than Warren.
My other co-host loved him. That was his tight end one.
I almost mocked Loveland over Warren, but I watched so many Penn State games because my wife's a Penn State fan. That dude is amazing. I mean, he's the reason why their offense went, it felt like at times. And that's hard to find. So,
I mean,
that's pretty crazy.
Oh, you're not a good enough team to pick a tight end.
We're
hey Geoff, I don't know if you remember earlier in the process. I actually had Loveland as tight end one.
Tight end one. Yep, I do remember you saying that.
Yeah. So what goes on with Cole Kmet? Do they trade him?
No,
I think you run two.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
You run two, but you got a ton of receivers too, man. What are you gonna do with all these guys?
You have Adunze and DJ Moore. That's it. They don't have Keenan Allen. They have two wide receivers.
I mean,
Zacharias is their wide receiver.
Not that
he's trash.
I'd rather have Cole Kmet play wide receiver.
Yeah.
Zacharias or Devin Duvernay. Come on.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I gotta bounce. I need to take a 10-minute breather until I jump on my next show.
All right, Joe. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys. Hope good have fun tonight.
Jeff, 49ers pick is in. Michael Williams.
It's Michael Williams. I was gonna say that, but
it is Michael Williams.
That's kind of who I want.
The name a lot.
That's who I thought they would go with. Only because we've kind of hit the reset button, and if you look at the history of our GM, he seems to take the defensive line guys. I think he went 4 straight his first 4 years. He went 4 defensive linemen to start. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense here. I like the pick here.
That pick came in quick.
Yeah, they were waiting.
The Bears officially haven't even announced it on TV, but they also just did some kind of announcement. So
the 49ers like, wow, I'm so glad every team has been absolutely stupid in tonight's draft.
Yeah.
I'm loving this right now. Being Indy, I've got Tyler Warren going to Indy at 14. I have since like the Big Ten championship.
Oh God, no! Please.
So
That was his
Warren-
ruin his career, right?
Who? What'd you
Warren
say?
No,
going to the Colts.
no.
I'd be all right.
The Colts need a tight end, and they need a Tyler Warren. They need a new Dallas Clark.
Yeah, but don't they need a quarterback to throw to the tight end?
Nah.
I mean, they have two averagely
Only-
bad quarterbacks.
Only two quarterbacks in NFL history have scored more rushing and passing touchdowns in the first 15 games of their career than Anthony Richardson. That was Josh Allen and Cam Newton. So
Interesting.
Wait, was that stat
What's his
quarterback?
completion percentage? Is it
Like
at least
40.
40%?
all right,
Mm,
Jeff, I think I
46.
gotta leave. You said I can leave whenever, right?
Let's talk about the Cowboys. What do the Cowboys do here? I know a lot of people had
Something freaking dumb.
They're gonna take
It's gonna
Golden.
be dumb. It's gonna be
Dude.
dumb.
It's
They're
going to
gonna
be
take Golden
They're
over
gonna do-
Tet.
They're running something. That's fine, dude.
Well, Ted's gone, so
Yeah,
Oh
Jamie.
shit, where'd
That's
Tet
not
go?
bad.
Yeah, Ted's
Ted
in.
went to the Panthers.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, maybe I do need to slow down.
Jamie, what jersey are you wearing right now?
Trent Richardson.
Oh man,
You're talking to
I
me
can't-
about bad players? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
That's an
I'm a Browns
amazing
fan,
jersey.
man. All we have is bad players.
Dude, I think you need a Browns jersey with all the quarterbacks.
Although fair enough, Trent Richardson as a Brown was way better than Trent Richardson ever with any
Yeah.
other team in his career, including the UFL. So you
Justin,
guys got a haul
who's-
for him.
Who's your team, by the way? I'm behind on this. The Colts?
So I'm from Indianapolis, so I have
I see the Colts helmet.
there.
I saw it as soon as
And
I asked.
then but I've been a Bengals fan for literally just as long. So
Oh, ew.
I prefer to root for the Bengals, but I'm in a Colts saturated market, so I follow the Colts heavily.
You had me till you said Bengals.
Bengals, I know. I was trying not to say it. It's fine.
That's fair.
And then for what it's
It's
worth,
okay.
I
It's
married
okay.
into a
I hear that. It's
Bears
okay,
family,
Julie.
so I follow the Bears too. So
You married into a Bears family, you said?
yeah,
I married into a Bills family. And I still fucking hate them.
it's great because my dad is a huge Packers fan. So
I'm a Niners
that
fan.
was-
I married into a Packers fan, and Packers family. And for the longest time, they didn't like me very much because we beat them every year.
I'm a Ravens fan from a Steelers family into a Bills family.
And you live in Pittsburgh.
I live in Pittsburgh. Dude,
So Jamie,
Cowboys,
you said
Cowboys don't know what they're doing. That's why they're taking so long right now. They're about to do something stupid. They're about
I was
to
gonna say
take
Michael
quarterback.
came in so quickly, and now we're waiting for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're about to take Shador and just ruin their life and trade for that.
So let me ask you: Would a guy like Luther Burden be a better complement to Lamb over like Matthew Golden?
No, because Lamb plays a lot in the slot.
That's true. He does
Yeah.
play a lot in the
It's
slot.
like
Lamb plays
40,
all over. He plays a
50%.
ton in the slot. You said 50?
It's like 40-50% in the slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, it doesn't make sense then.
mean,
I think Bird's a lot better than Golden, but
I'm pretty sure Burden played outside his first year in college, and then they moved him to the inside in the slot, and then he just blew up. So he's a way better slot receiver.
yeah,
Let's look.
which
Any
is nothing wrong. Nothing's wrong with that in fantasy for fantasy people. Just remember that. But him and Lamb doesn't make sense. Cowboys should just take offensive line and call it a day because they need that too.
They should go boring.
I mean, they need a running back too.
They're not good enough to take a running back this early.
Yeah, but they're stupid enough to.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Travion Henderson. I don't see them taking Amari.
Oh, please, no Henderson.
They would take Travion Henderson.
I think the Jemmy pick is a terrible pick because running back on bat should not be drafted by a bad team. And Saquon Barkley is a perfect reason to show that.
Yeah, I'm hoping Henderson falls to 20th, I think, for the Broncos.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
If they got Henderson too, I'd be cool with it. But
Cowboys are still on the clock.
dude,
Yeah,
they
this
don't know what
is-
the hell they're doing.
They're taking forever.
Jerry's having an episode.
Yeah, he's probably passed out. He's gonna miss his pick.
They're just like,
So
who's the new
he's
Deuce
had more
Vaughn?
drinks than all of us combined,
Yeah.
with a little bit of nose clams. He don't know what the hell's going on.
So where does Shador Sanders land?
Pittsburgh, baby, AFC
Pittsburgh.
North.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is the only team that's going to need a quarterback between now and their pick. And then if it's not Pittsburgh, I mean, you look at the rest of the draft. I don't think anybody needs a quarterback.
Seahawks. Oh no, they got
They got
other
Sam-
bust. Darnold.
Yeah, they got Darnold.
Um,
I mean, literally, the
Man.
Steelers are the only team that, as I look through these, that need a quarterback.
Browns in the second round.
You know who's
well, I hope the
secretly
Browns get Dart because Shador, in my mind, is a bust. I think he'll make a great backup somewhere, kind of like a better than a Kenny
Teddy
Pickett.
Bridgewater.
So
Teddy
Steelers does make sense. They're gonna
You-
draft another
You
backup
know what
quarterback
team?
in the
You know what
first.
team secretly needs a quarterback that nobody's ever talked about is Miami
Yeah.
because their quarterback sprains mush.
Yep. What about I forget who it was that proposed this on our NFL draft mock podcast, but someone said the Rams potentially could take a quarterback and have him sit behind Matthew Stafford, getting kind of
Stafford can play so many more years because his game's just pocket done.
You don't want 26-year-old Stetson Bennett?
So maybe that's why they invited Milroe to the draft this year. So
The thing is, if you're
the
the
Rams can take
Rams,
him.
if you're the Rams and you have Matthew Stafford, you're trying to win with Matthew Stafford. You're not trying to build for the future, or else you get rid of Stafford and actually try to build for the future. Like I think it's horrendous an idea for that reason. Like either win now or move the fuck on.
Yeah, exactly. And then it'd be something that's happened before, but it's not that it happens often. Drafting a quarterback in the first round with the intention of sitting him behind a starter, doesn't happen very often. Usually, you take a quarterback in the first, you're expecting them to be starting at least in the first year at some point.
Or you trade up in the first for it.
Yeah, unless you're the Green Bay.
If you trade up for it, it's different.
Yeah,
the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
Jordan Love. They traded up for Jordan Love.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, and nobody knew what they're doing, and they still don't know what they're doing. They still have like 4 wide receivers who are the same person.
Literally, all 4 of their wide receivers are the same person. I cannot wait for them to take like the 3rd best wide receiver on the board tonight.
Oh, I hope it happens.
Maybe they traded for the Steelers.
All right,
guy.
Mr. Shane Barrett is on with us, but I think his camera's frozen.
The real question is, why is Dallas not picked yet?
Yeah, Dallas is still not picked.
Dallas is just holding up the whole draft. So, Geoff, you happy with Michael Williams?
I am. I thought they would go edge. I know a lot of mocks had us going like tackle, thinking about replacing Trent Williams in the future, but I wanted edge, and I thought they would go edge, and he's the one that I thought that could.
Justin, who do you want your 2 teams to pick?
Tyler Warren and the best defensive player possible for the Bengals.
Yeah.
Any defensive player.
Like literally any defensive player. Like if they pick an offensive player, I will rage quit. I'm just.
I love that. If they pick the offensive player, I'm gonna cry happy tears.
Here, y'all hold it.
Are they-
I'll go grab me.
Are they gonna keep Hendrickson?
I
Or
hope
they
so,
can-
man. Like I hope they go with like an edge or a defensive interior where it's like, okay, Henderson's like, we might actually have a shot this year if I can get some pressure up there.
Like, how
Because
can
if
that
they get like a
defense be
solid
good offense?
edge, like Henderson could like break a sack record this year.
Yeah, I've been drafting Henderson a lot in some IDP tournaments.
I really hope they keep him though. But when 3 players on the roster have like the most capital of any like team. So the 49ers are actually making their pick on the TV, and we still do not have a Cowboys pick, which is we've had a pick
Absurd.
already every time.
I've been just updating Twitter nonstop.
Yeah. I've literally just been refreshing PFF this entire time.
Yeah. Oh, good job, Cowboys.
Oh, did they
Hey,
finally?
Cowboys took Tyler Booker.
Oh,
Line. Smart
I saw
decision.
Tyler and I was like, no. I about cried.
I would. Cowboys took Tyler Warren. That'd be such a Cowboys pick. I feel like that wasn't the best offensive liner for them to take.
Where's Tyler Booker from? I don't even. Alabama. Okay. He was not even. I don't even think I had him drafted in the first round.
So did the Cowboys pick yet?
Yeah,
took
Tyler
Tyler Booker.
Booker.
He's the second-ranked
I-
guard. You should
I
not
didn't-
take a. Okay, I take it back. A guard at 12 is not.
I did
Great.
not have him drafted in the first round.
I don't think many people did.
Yeah, I don't even recognize the name. That's
That's what I'm looking for. I don't see him on my list.
On ESPN he's OG too.
on PFF. He's ranked 48.
Yeah, they're the reach.
Overall, or
Yeah,
Yeah, overall.
it's funny on NFL on ESPN. Matt Miller's comp is Tyler Smith from the Cowboys, which makes a little sense, but it's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know if the Cowboys know what they're doing.
Jerry's seeing how ass is just. The Dolphins are another team. They're about to take a dumb pick. They're about to just take some super athlete
Yeah,
who's not that
who's
great.
fast. They're gonna be really fast at something. Who's the fastest player on the board right now?
Brayshawn Tootin.
The Miami Dolphins pick for me here that
Omari and
positionally
Hampton. Omari and
I
Hampton.
was gonna say Nick Manowari. It makes sense for need and just they need a safety desperately, and he's a freak athlete. It just makes sense when you're playing Madden in the NFL level.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking through the names here, trying to figure out where Miami's going to go here. I think they're
Maybe they go Golden. He's got the speed that they like.
And Manowari's my pick here. Let's see if I get 2 for 2, baby.
So I had Michael Williams going 32 to the Eagles. Mostly because it was a Georgia player, and I was like, well,
it's what they do, right?
they can still get Jalen Walker. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm terrified the Eagles getting is James Pierce. Because he's such a head case, he could fall.
Yeah, he can definitely.
But he's as talented as any edge rusher in this class.
Yep. Who's the number one tackle on the board? I have Josh Simmons. This is kind of where I see the Dolphins going offensive line here.
Yeah, I'm seeing Josh Simmons also.
Telling you, man, Manowari.
Yeah.
They need their safeties are so bad. Malafanu and Ashton Davis are terrible. Like their defense is bad. Their offensive line's also really bad. They kind of stink. Like Miami low key is a bad roster with some stars on it.
Yep, it's kind of like a stars and scrubs sort of roster build, kind of like you do in DraftKings, where you get the studs, and you got a bunch of bad guys around the studs because you can't afford the rest of them. It's kind of what Miami's done with their offense.
It's that fantasy football. It's that fantasy team that's like second or third in the league, and they're like, I've got like 4 studs that are just carrying me. But like, you look at my bench, if one of these studs goes out, I'm done.
You're done.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm out.
Yeah, they're
Zach
not
Martin.
What about Zach Martin?
Is that who they picked? Cowboys use number 12 overall pick on Zach Martin, replacement Alabama guard Tyler Booker. Oh, okay, never mind.
I was like, Zach Martin.
Zach Martin replacement. I was going to say Zach Martin's been in the league for a while. Also not from Alabama.
Jamie, serious question. Do they teach you how to read in Ohio? Also, what are you typing on that? That can't be a cell phone. I think it looks so big.
It's like,
That looks like you're on a sidekick.
What, my phone?
Oh, there we
Normal
go.
size,
Never mind.
dude.
Yeah.
The way you were holding it looked like a sidekick. It looks so wide.
It's like a Sega Game Gear or something you were typing on. Oh, Shane's
back.
Here's allegedly Shane.
Yeah, we'll get Shane in here eventually.
Oh,
Can't spoil the
17 years in a row, Alabama has had a first round pick.
17, you said?
17.
Not bad.
The record was 16.
So who holds the record for most first round picks in the NFL?
For overall, you mean?
Like college, yeah. What college team holds the record for
Is it Penn
most
State?
overall?
Or
I
Oklahoma?
think it's Ohio State, isn't it?
That makes sense. Let's see.
It is
I thought you were going to tell us when you asked the
USC.
question.
Oh, wait, no.
It was like I thought Jamie had the answer, and he's like, let me ask the question.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is Ohio State,
It's
right?
Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame.
No, it's Ohio State. I'm looking at it right now. 91.
Yeah,
No,
Ohio State.
Ever.
Which colleges have
It's
produced
Notre
the most
Dame.
first round picks? Are you
Oh,
looking at
first- I think
first overall?
No, I was
for
looking.
first round, right?
I was looking. Oh, I thought you said most draft picks ever.
No,
most
Ohio
picks
State
ever
is
Notre Dame.
with 91. USC has 85. Alabama
Yep.
has 81. Notre Dame has
most
71
ever.
first round picks.
Most ever is Notre Dame 532, USC 530, Ohio State 489.
Well, we're talking
What
about
do you?
first round
Oh,
picks.
yeah. Are you going
I
back?
know. I misheard you guys because I'm partially paying attention. All right, Dolphins. Did you do something dumb yet?
Let's talk fantasy real quick. Let's look at some of the top receivers still on the board. I know receivers a thin position this year. Talked about Luther Burden already. Emeka Mbuke and Matthew Golden are probably the top three. Do you think all three, one of these three or two of these three get drafted in the first round tonight? Or none of them?
I think two.
I think
Two
two
or
more
three.
go.
You have
I mean,
we're looking at
the Char-
luxury picks as we get further into this first round.
Yeah. I mean, the Chargers need a wide receiver.
fair.
Buccaneers could look for a replacement for both Godwin and Mike Evans.
Yep.
Like I see Ibuka going first round.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Washington could use a weapon.
Washington,
I think they'll go running back, but they could use a weapon.
Yep.
I mean, Burden would be awesome. I mean, if Ibuka falls, Washington is a smash spot for him.
The Bills could do it again too. Honestly, nobody's
Well,
talking about it, but they still don't really have.
Don't they have Keon Coleman, like the best receiver, Geoff?
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
as good as Roshan Johnson.
I know. They're similar, right?
God, one day I learn what it's like to miss. Dolphins
Miami
take
went-
Kenneth Graham.
Kenneth Grant. Yep.
What is this draft?
Kenneth.
He was not
Colts on the
he was
board.
not- He was like we tackled 3.
All right, Justin, you have the board here. What are you doing? Tyler Warren, I know is your pick.
If this is not Tyler Warren, I literally might rage quit. I'm so sorry. Like,
Well,
if this is not Tyler Warren, I'm just saying this is the biggest positional need for the Colts. This allows you to open up a little bit more of the offense. It gives Richardson a safety net if they do believe in Richardson or Daniel Jones, whichever one. But I think this is the next best tight end. Like, this is the best tight end that they could have since Dallas Clark.
Yep.
so
Ryan,
it looks
what
like we're.
You think
If they,
that?
go ahead.
Ryan, what do you think about the Colts? Do you think they go tight end Tyler Warren?
Question: are the Colts good enough to take a luxury pick at tight end?
Were the Raiders good enough when they drafted Brock Bowers?
Bad teams stay bad for a reason.
Brock Bowers still finished tight end 1.
He did.
The
Raiders still
the
fit.
Raiders still picked in the top 5. Like, or top 6.
The Colts' positional needs are tight end.
Offensive line.
Almost all defense after that.
Tight
right?
end. No, their offensive line's fine in my opinion. Like they need a guard, but they're not going to draft a guard here. They're not the Cowboys.
They still need a wide receiver.
Tyler
too.
Warren, yes.
And they picked him,
Yes.
so I instantly am moving him down in my dynasty rankings. Damn it! He was number 4 for me overall for tight ends.
Really?
Yeah, I had him that high. But now with the landing spot, I'm probably gonna have to move him down a little bit. I'm gonna have to move Loveland was at 6, so maybe I'll just switch those two.
Wow. I'm curious to who else you have, because I can't imagine there's going to be a ton of tight ends that are going to be getting great landing spots the rest of the way through. But
I'm talking overall rankings.
Oh,
not,
overall.
not just rookie.
I got you. I thought you meant like he was tight end 6 in the rookies. I'm like, damn.
Oh
who
no.
Who do you have that's over him?
Also, this is the first draft in NFL history where 2 tight ends go in the first half of the draft of the first round.
Really?
Wait, no, that can't be right. Because what about the?
They announced it
One
earlier
with
today.
O.J.
There
Howard.
was like 92 when one went 14th and 15th, but there weren't 32 teams in the NFL, or it was like 15th and 16th. So like it was the
Right in the-
middle. So one was the beginning and one was the second half of the draft.
Interesting.
But this is the first draft in NFL history to have 2 tight ends going in the first half of the first round.
All right, so we got the Falcons on the board here, and their biggest needs, at least listed by PFF: wide receiver, center, edge, or linebacker. What do you see here, Jamie, with the Falcons?
Crap. Sorry, I was texting.
It's all good. You want me to go to Ryan first?
Yeah, go to Ryan.
Ryan, what do you think about the Falcons here?
Dude, the Falcons are another just bad football team who needs a lot. I'd personally go defense because they have 3 big time offensive playmakers, but a possession wide receiver is not a terrible idea. Like Luther Burden is not a terrible play for them,
Yeah.
but I still go defense.
Yeah, they do need an edge rusher. They need a defensive tackle, so I can see them going defense here.
Yeah, and like there's good defensive tackles left.
I'm looking at Geoff Campbell at linebacker.
Yeah, Walter Nolan
potentially
here.
play an edge also. That also had another Alabama first round pick.
Yes. Keep adding. Let's see if we got Shane finally on this. Nope, Shane is still frozen.
My dog was snoring so loud. Threw me off.
So we're talking. So you're saying Tyler Warren is that bad because he goes to the Colts?
No, he's saying the quarterback
again. Brock Bowers had who at quarterback? Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell. Like you're telling me those
Gardner
are
Minshew
better?
Gardner Minshew is more accurate than both these quarterbacks. Dude.
Okay.
The lowest
volume
completion percentage ever.
I would make a bet right now that Tyler Warren finishes as a starting tight end in fantasy football this year.
I mean, that doesn't take much, but yeah, that's
no, it doesn't. Okay, top 6. He would finish top 6 in the NFL.
I'd say maybe top 12. Top 6 is a lot.
So I'm in a draft right now. I ended up taking Warren with my last pick. Where was it? Round 19. He was a 16th tight end off the board. And this is a league where you don't have to start tight ends. You can just use them as a flex. And I was excited because I think he will be a top 10.
I'm laughing at Shane because he keeps trying
Shane's like frozen on his O face.
He should just start coming in with like a weird face. Like
every time I bring him in, he freezes. I don't know what's going on.
I
So we can
think
hear
I
you, but you're still very laggy.
Ooh, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know the internet has gotten better since AOL.
Yes.
I have freaking fiber right now. 2 minutes. I'm gonna go try and
My
Turn
my
some
enjoyment of
off.
judging people on their internet at this point in my life makes me so happy.
Yeah, it used to be Ryan. Last year, Ryan, you had to leave, I think, or was it on the mock draft? One of them
In
you
the
had.
mock draft, because I moved in right before the draft, and my internet's now awesome.
Yeah, he had a rage quit. He's like, I gotta go. I can't do this anymore.
I bought a whole new computer after the mock draft. I broke and bought I fucking splurged. Dude, the Falcons are a weird team, man.
I kind of like Luther Burden here if they don't go defense. I think he would fit in that offense. You know, you have your, they hope their quarterback. Obviously, Drake London is there. I think if they go offense, for fancy purposes, I do like Luther Burden in this situation. But I think, like y'all, I think they will go defense here.
I love that my boss at my job, who's a diehard Penn State fan, just messaged me before because he's lagged. That he's like, "Do you think Jalen Warren could fall to the Steelers?" I'm like, "He's done, buddy."
Nope.
He just sent me a crying face back, and it just made my day.
So let's say Luther Burden does go to the Falcons, right? How much do they use him? Like, is he a 65% snap player? Because I
They're
don't
not
see
using
him.
him. They're not using him enough to make him fantasy relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And plus,
I hate any wide receiver. Anybody here? Period.
and if
I
you
don't
look at
think-
last year with Drake London, when Penix played, Drake London got 35% of the targets, and I'm pretty sure he got like 40% of the air yards too.
I don't think their quarterback the future's on the roster.
You
To
know,
be honest,
Penix.
no. I think that was a reach last year. They're another. I feel like when teams are taking so long, they just have no idea.
Yeah, they're panicking. They got sniped. I'm playing this game with Shane back and forth where he keeps trying to join and it just keeps not working. We might have him. Maybe.
No,
No.
his face looks too dumb and confused.
So I got a question for Justin.
Yeah.
So as a Colts fan, what the hell happened to Jelani Woods? Because that dude is an athletic freak. He's huge.
Bro.
I was so in love with him.
So
and then all of a sudden, like he can't even hit the
stay
field.
healthy.
Yeah.
A lot of soft tissue injuries during the offseason has derailed his like entire career. When he was drafted, I was like, this is insane. Like, this is our David Njoku. Like, this is our guy. And because I went to the combine that year, I saw him at the combine. I was so thrilled to get Jelani Woods, and he just can't stay on the field. This is, I mean, we had every tight end wide receiver were 6'3" and over.
Yeah,
like we're like, let's run let's run 6 guys out there like in the red zone. I mean, nobody's catching that or nobody's defending that, and he just died. Like, do I hope Jelani Woods can maybe get healthy and play? Yeah, but he can't block. That's the problem. He's literally just really explosive in the field, and he just soft tissues.
Yeah,
it's hard to overcome.
I remember as soon as the combine hit, people were taking Woods over Dulcich and was it McBride in that draft class?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so people were taking Jelani Woods over McBride, which I thought was insane.
Yeah, Chris Ballard, the GM for the Colts, has a huge thing about the RAS score. Like, he will take a player if he has like a 9.8 or better. And for the longest time, I'm pretty sure that's how he set up his draft board, is by that score. And Jelani was a 10.0.
Yeah.
It's such a disappointing thing for me.
I saw the Colts haven't had a 500-yard tight end since 2018.
Who was it in 2018?
Kobe Fleener.
Kobe Fleener.
Fleener.
Right.
Didn't they have 2 top 10 tight ends at one season?
Kobe Fleener and Dwayne Allen.
Dwayne Allen, yeah.
Was really stoked about that because we go from Dallas Clark to those two, and you're like, this is great. Like now we have 2 of them, and then they just both literally died.
We're waiting for the Falcons to make their pick here. I'm looking at
for like 2 years.
Yeah, the top running backs still left for fantasy. Hampton, Trevion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, and looking at the teams,
Caleb Johnson.
Looking at the teams here, are there any places that these guys can land? I mean, obviously, the Broncos is one of them.
I love the Bengals for one of those guys.
You think Bengals go offense? Yeah, Justin's like, please, no more offense. I need defensive guys.
Bengals.
I'm fine with Chase Brown, man. I'm fine with Chase Brown.
Bengals should go like wide receiver or running back and just go all in.
Just trolling Justin. He just rage quit.
I also want to see the Broncos draft one of those guys. Hopefully Henderson.
I want the Broncos. I want Henry. I want Henderson to Trayvon to have them. Or Travion Henderson to the Broncos. I think he'd be so. I want him more than Amari on there. I think he'd be electric there.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if, let's say, Amari and Hampton and Henderson are both on the clock or both on the board when the Broncos pick. Who do you think they go with? They go Henderson or they go Hampton?
So they're going to go Henderson, and I'm sorry, they're going to go Hampton, and it's going to be the right pick. But I want them to get Henderson.
Yeah,
same. I know what the right move is, but I know what I want to happen.
Yep.
Henderson's like one of my favorite draft prospects,
and I actually
love his game. But the smart move's Hampton.
I can see the Steelers.
It's my heart versus my head.
You think the Steelers can do what? Take a running back?
Baby.
Well, if they don't go Shador, yeah, because obviously Shador's going to bust, so that would be a great spot for him to go on the Steelers. But I think Judkins would fit well in that offense. I don't see it happening.
I just definitely take a running back. They don't know how to use them right either. I want Steelers do whatever the dumbest thing is.
Falcons so what if the Ravens go Judkins and have him sit or not sit, but like
Jalen Walker
split time?
Ravens are gonna go either safety, edge, or line blocked.
Did we get the pick? Are you saying
worst case corner?
Jalen Walker.
Jalen Walker to the Falcons.
So linebacker. I at least had the right position and even the right conference, just the wrong team and player.
Starks is my top tier pick.
Okay, so Cardinals on the clock. They could use a receiver, right?
Hear us.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We got
I can hear you.
I can see you.
Holy mother of God!
You're clear. You're at frickin' the Rams house, draft house right now.
No, there's such a mess behind me because 400.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not perfect, but you're still coming in all right, Shane. So real quick before
Geoff.
you freeze up again, give us your thoughts on the draft so far.
I love what the Jaguars did. I told my wife earlier today if they draft Genty at 5, I'm gonna burn the house down. And she was like, "You could just pick another team." And I was like, "Ouch, that hurts deep." Ted McMillan to the Panthers, I love it. Genty to the Raiders is good, for fantasy purposes. And screw the Bears. The Bears screwed me.
For real.
I was at 3 SEC players for my free prize picks lineup. And those mother truckers had to pick somebody not from the SEC, and then the next 2 players were SEC players. So I hope Ben Johnson and all of the Bears fans have miserable lives for the next 10 years.
Is that the biggest you think so far? Is Loveland over Tyler Warren at 10 for tight end?
Yeah, I think so.
Loveland's good. And
I do. Yeah,
prototypical.
I feel like Loveland, before Warren had such a good season, was talked about as tight end 1 for a lot of the offseason and season last year.
Fair.
So then Warren came in and had a great season and was used in a lot of different ways that I don't know if people expected. So that bumped him up. But he's only really got the 1 year of production to
Yeah.
that level.
It
I
says
think probably
6'6", 248 is like Lovin looks like the prototype tight end.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and he
blocks.
plays like an oversized wide receiver
Yeah,
with that
he's
athleticism.
he's what you like when you think of a tight end, like the old school tight end. It's him. Warren's like that.
I kept mocking Loveland to the Chiefs for some reason, like that late in 31st. Just because that's a replacement for Travis Kelce, and I felt like that was just the way the NFL was going to work. Was the Chiefs were going to find an immediate replacement for Kelce.
Yeah.
I didn't think Loveland was making a pass to like Broncos.
Yeah. Even though they brought
15
Ingram in.
picks have been made, 5 Big Ten players, 5 SEC players so far.
So who's
Oh
the
wait,
big,
no, 6. I forgot about Missouri as an SEC school.
Yeah.
who's the biggest surprise then? You think Tyler Booker for the Cowboys? I mean, that's one that none of us
Yeah,
had on our.
that was a reach.
Yeah.
That was such a bad. I think Kent Grant was also a reach. I don't think he was a first rounder.
Yeah, back-to-back reaches there with Tyler Booker and Kenneth Grant for the Dolphins.
Like it feels like they were scouting the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the Cardinals a little bit here. Look, their needs. I think receiver is listed as one of their needs. Offensive line.
Offensive line, entire defense.
Yeah,
Their corners are just garbage.
terrible.
Buda Baker's solid safety, but their other safety spot garbage.
Is this where we actually see the first like real
their
defensive
top,
back?
Their top like pass rushers, Calais Campbell, who's 37 or 36.
Yeah,
This is a bad football team. And anybody who talks shit on Kyler Murray, look at this roster, then look where they're picking in this draft.
Thank you, Ryan.
yeah.
Like,
I
Kyler
don't
Murray is not bad.
understand.
He's carried a terrible roster for years.
I don't
Like, this
understand
team-
the hate on Kyler Murray. It's because he's 5'9". Like,
Yes.
Because he
Hey,
looks like a child stealing like a toy and running away. I understand. But dude, he's playing good football with just a dog shit roster. He has 2 good players around him. James Conner looks good because he has huge holes because teams are afraid of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, good point.
Shout out Kyler Murray. I would never say anything bad about him.
So you think they go receiver here?
I have no idea what they're going to do. They're a bad football
No.
team. They make bad decisions.
I've seen Emeka Mbuka drafted here a couple times in some mock drafts.
please no.
Will Johnson makes sense to me.
That was
Today
who I was
Brown makes
thinking.
sense. Like one of the top corners makes a ton of sense.
Or
I don't.
Barron, I think out of Alabama. No, Texas. Johnny
That's
Barron.
that. Will Johnson or Johnny Barron makes sense. Don't take tackle. James Pierce is too much of a wild card for that coaching staff.
Yeah.
Walter Nolan's fine. Geoff Campbell's fine.
Who's the next quarterback taken off the board?
Steelers, baby.
Steelers gonna take
Sanders.
Sanders. That's what I've been saying. That's what Ryan's been saying.
I think it's gonna be Jackson Dart to the Steelers.
I would
I hope
love
that's
it.
it.
I love Jackson Dart.
I'm a big fan of Jackson Dart. He's
Walter
my
Nolan.
QB1.
Jamie,
to the
we agree on
Cardinals.
something?
I'm not kidding. I don't have a quarterback, a QB1 in this class.
Oh, mine's Jackson Dart.
Cam Ward's QB2 and everybody else is 3 and 4.
I've said Jackson Dart's been my QB1 since last offseason
Oh, wow.
for
Yeah.
this class.
Yeah, I was on the Dart train for about 2 months now.
I tried to go back and find the local radio show in South Carolina that I listened to because I'd comment on their stream, and I put it in their stream last offseason that Dart was QB1.
Oh, Cardinals
All
pick.
that.
Walter
All
Nolan.
that.
Yeah, Walker Nolan.
That's a good pick.
Well, that's a smart
That's
pick.
Walter.
a good pick.
Walter,
Just take a
Walter.
good football player who you can plug and play. It's a
right.
ball.
Bengals are on the clock, Justin.
And it's Walter Nolan, not Walker.
Yeah, it's Walter. It says Walker on the Twitter handle that I'm looking at, but yeah, it's Walker.
It's
Nolan.
Walter.
Walter
Yeah.
Nolan. All right, guys, back here for the Bengals.
I wouldn't be upset with Johnny Barron, Will
Anything
Johnson,
defense?
Geoff Campbell.
Just somebody defensive.
I know it's gonna be Mike
I-
Green, but just because that's who I'm
I hope
saying.
it's James Pierce because they have like no control on that roster.
Oh
and he's
God.
that case.
Ryan just wants to watch all the NFC North teams just burn.
Oh yeah, I want the world to burn. Schumer
I
Stewart
mean,
makes sense
if
too, even though he's
we
just
from a fantasy perspective, just throw Luther Burden or Emeka
God.
Ibuka in there. Just give me Emeka. We'll have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Emeka, and that's all you need.
is that
And
good?
then draft every Bengals offensive player in the first round.
Y'all gonna go?
Yeah, we're
You're gonna
playing
score
defense
50
again.
points and give up 50 points a game.
Still gonna finish 9-8, but it'll be an exciting 9-8 with lots of fantasy points.
It's nice. Them and the Steelers can just compete for mediocrity. Love it.
So we got about 5 minutes or so until Gladys is on. Just real quick, we'll go around real quick if y'all want to give us your Twitter handles and plug anything that you're working on. Gladys may let y'all stay on. I'll be getting off, but if she lets y'all stay on, you're welcome to stay on as long as you want. But Justin, go ahead and give us your Twitter handle and plug anything you got going on.
So I am not on Twitter anymore. But you can catch me on Blue Sky if you're on Blue Sky at justinbowerly.fantasynowplus.com. You can catch all of our stuff at fantasynowplus.com and Fantasy Now Plus wherever else you are except for Twitter.
Except for Twitter. Fair.
Except for Twitter. But we do go live on the off seasons on Friday at noon, which is usually the lunch hour for a lot of people. So that's a good time to catch fantasy content if you don't want to catch it at 8 p.m.
Good stuff. Jamie, you got anything going on?
Yeah, I do the Fancy Six Pack every Wednesday night. We do a Dynasty podcast. Me, Kyle, and Raul. You catch that at 9:30 Eastern Time. I'm also over doing my own videos at the RPO Football Show with Steve Hungarter, so you can catch those just randomly. And then with you guys here at Going for Two, my family.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Shane, you doing any content these days?
I wish. No.
I love you, Shane, for that. Me neither, Rod.
Shane added a fourth kid this year, so
yeah, I
Shane
have
does less content than me then.
Man.
Yeah, I have not had the time. I'm technically with Going for Two. I haven't done anything since rejoining Going for Two, but I'm technically with Going for Two.
Have you done this show?
Yeah, there we go.
And don't you do a tournament every year?
Yes. So that was going to be my other thing is I've got Polly's Playoff registration is tentatively opening on Monday for year 6. And let's just say in year 6, you're not going to want to draft running backs because I absolutely screwed the scoring for running backs because I turned 30 this year. So everybody suffers.
Do it, dude.
Fair enough.
Shane, you run Polly's Playoff?
I do.
Nice. I was in, I think it was, it might have been 2 years ago, actually.
Yep. So registration should open at pollysplayoff.com on Monday if my website guy can get to it. If not, it'll probably be a little bit later this week.
Good stuff.
I don't want to piggyback off that, but I also have a charity fantasy league. If anybody also likes charity and wants to join a free league.
Yeah, go ahead and plug it.
Super League, you can catch it at fantasynowplus.com/about. It's another charity league like all the other ones. This goes to support kids at the families at the Children's Miracle Network through Extra Life. And all the proceeds go directly to that.
Good stuff. And Ron, you want to plug anything you're working on?
Edge rusher.
Here, they took Shamar Stewart.
Yes, they did.
Here, Rookie Big Board, Dynasty Big Board podcast. A lot of fun. Check it out. I'm pure chaos on there. You think I'm bad here?
Oh, Lord.
Good stuff. I will also be plugging a charity contest that I'm going to be starting. Probably not until July. I'm calling it the GOAT League. If you've played in my leagues before, it's the 18-team Guillotine League. 6 divisions of 3 teams each.
Am I in this league?
You've been.
Didn't I win that last year?
Yeah, I believe you did, Jamie. So I'm turning it into
my team shit the bed for me, mainly Geoff. I want good teammates this time.
Yeah. So essentially, your division is a team, and you're encouraged to collude. You can trade back and forth. Your goal is to get one of you through to the end. Of course, each week one team is eliminated, and all the players go into the player pool. So it's a mad scramble for the waivers, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna turn it into a charity league this year at some point in July. So be on the lookout for that.
They made me take 2 safeties in the first 2 rounds last year in that league. It's so fun.
It is.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you have power ups in the draft.
Bitches.
I added that feature this past year, so you get a choice of 4 power ups. You could steal players. You can force players to take a certain position. There's all kinds of cool stuff in the draft, so it makes the draft really fun. And then, of course, the season-long stuff is pretty fun as well. So it's a very interesting league that I sort of made up on my own. But I'll be putting out a whole rules here soon on goingfor2.com, so be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on our next host that's going to be taking us home tonight. She's been on Going for Two for as long as I can remember. As soon as I can get my mouse to work, I will bring her onto the show. I don't know what happened to my mouse. It disappeared. Oh, there we go. All right. Of course, I'm talking about Gladys. Gladys, how are you?
Guys? I'm hanging in there. How are you guys doing?
So I think one of your guests joined a little early, and I was going to tell him to hang tight, but I think he maybe thought he was on the wrong podcast, and he jumped back out again. So you might want to say, come back on. It was the right podcast.
All right. I'll let him know. It was probably
Who are
Ralphie.
these people? This isn't the right podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's Ralph. He was probably smoking.
Yeah, it may have been.
And he gets confused. Don't we all? Speaking of which, what's up, Ryan?
Wow, what a terrible transition. That's funny. I was about to ditch out real early. I'm like, oh, Gladys, I miss her. I remember she used to invite me on things.
Oh, whatever. I always invite you on things.
That's it. Gladys, you might be in any podcast I'd want to guest on.
I what?
You might be in any podcast I'd actually guest on.
Aw, that's so sweet.
And I get invites anyway. It's fine.
Oh, that's adorable. I love it. All right. I just want you guys to know that if the Steelers take Shadur, I might just stop the podcast. So I want everyone to know that. So if that happens, yeah.
Is it because he's the biggest bust in this draft that you won't be happy?
What up, Ralphie? Yeah. It's because we already have 2 diva wide receivers. We don't need a diva quarterback with his dad.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, no, we
yeah,
don't.
you do.
You just say that because you're a Ravens guy, man. You want us to implode.
That's exactly what
It's 100% what's going on.
I root for chaos everywhere.
Oh, I love chaos, but not on Steelers. Not on the Steelers. I did love the Jacksonville Jaguars going up for Travis, though.
Sure.
Yeah, look at Shane. Shane's happy about that pick, too.
I love that pick.
That was the greatest pick so far for me.
Yeah, hold up. Is that a beast ice right there?
Is what?
What?
Was he just drinking an ice heavy right there? Is that what that was?
Yeah, Bud Ice. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't think anybody saw it. Damn.
I don't even know you, but I like you.
You guys, this is Ralphie. He is the lead guy for Other Robots, a really great band, and he's also a New York Giants fan. That's why he's here.
Good stuff.
Mainly, the New York Giants part.
How do you feel about the first pick they made, Ralphie?
Oh my God, he texted me. It was so wrong. He like, oh, they're gonna do this, and I'm like, you were so wrong.
I mean, I know it's good having good player and stuff, but like, any year you don't have a quarterback is a wasted year. So I'm just like, kind of waiting for next draft already, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's cool, but like, I don't know, man. Giants draft a lot of good players, so you end up like letting walk or like trading like Saquon, McKinney, people like that, you know? So it's like, I guess it's cool, man. But like without a quarterback, it doesn't really matter. So we'll see what happens.
Good stuff.
Maybe like they pick up like Dart or Shador in the second or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
Shador to Giants. Yes, please. Yes, I'm all for that.
All right, I'm going to sign out, Gladys, so you take over the show. You can kick these guys out if you want. You can keep them on if you want.
The more the merrier.
Do whatever you want. But I'll be enjoying the draft, and I'll be tuning in throughout the show to offer my insights. So y'all have a good night.
Awesome.
Bye,
Thanks, Geoff.
Geoff. Thank
Nice
you.
seeing you again.
Yep.
All right.
Gladys, I'm going to peace out as well.
Same, actually.
Oh my God. Whatever.
We're all just going to leave.
Yeah. Bye.
If it makes you feel better, I'm going to DoorDash, so I'm not doing anything fun.
Okay. If you're,
You can
are you-
DoorDash me
where
a
do you
pizza
live?
real quick.
Where do you live?
At Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh, that's not that far. I'm in Cleveland, so
I'm in Colorado. I could use some DoorDash. All right, have fun. Be safe.
All right, we'll do. See you guys.
Nice
Bye.
talking to you.
I was gonna stay, but Gladys didn't make me feel welcome.
Are you on a whiskey? Is that why
Yeah,
you're leaving?
what are you drinking tonight, Ryan?
What am I? Fuck, what that for? I finished off my bottle of Basil Hayden. I don't know what my next drink's gonna be.
Ooh, you moved up to Basil Hayden. I am so proud of you.
I had the Basil Hayden 10 tonight. I came from a food and wine pairing.
I'm so
So I was
proud
a little
of
late
you.
for the podcast tonight.
A
Huh?
little hard.
Food and wine pairing?
Yeah, I was at
Interesting.
a
Did you wear your Sunday dress?
Of course. It was like a 4-course meal with wine and everything. It was all together. It was great. That was fancy.
Yeah,
as fuck.
where's Doc? Doc's drinking wine too, somewhere.
Oh, let's get Doc on. I love
He's
Doc.
supposed to be on. I sent him a link. Doc, get in here, man. He goes, I'm drinking wine and watching the draft, which, that's awesome. Wine.
Let's get the B League on. He's in the chat.
I literally was.
I know. I sent the B League a link too.
Kyle,
I was going to
where
sign
you at?
off until Gladys came on because I didn't know she was coming on.
Thanks. I think. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah.
What do you think about Cleveland so far?
I think they're trash, but I do like what they did in this draft.
So we're saying
if I was a person positive towards Cleveland's draft tonight, I was going to be upset. I want to be disrespectful, but I can't.
I think so far what we're saying is that Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland is the way that division's going to go.
Was Pittsburgh first in that list? Or
They
second?
will be. Shut up. Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Huh?
Shut up, Ralph. Where were the Giants, Ralph? Where were the
probably
Giants?
fucking fourth place again.
Who did Seahawks pick?
Zabel.
Seahawks
Ray
pick is-
Zabel?
Offensive tackle. He wasn't. Why?
Yeah, Seahawks are Seahawking hard.
Yeah, baby.
The Seahawks taking like a small school player in just
This early is crazy.
it's like Pete Carroll's ghost is still there making picks. I know he's still alive and on a different team, but it's like his ghost is still there. Holy shit.
But come on, B-League, get in here. Pete Carroll, I like that Gentry pick. Dude.
They just need to draft the wide receiver like the middle rounds, because otherwise they're doing pretty good offensively.
All right, 2 more picks until we get Sanders or Rudolph starting. Oh my God, I hate you so much. Don't come in here.
Simmons is still on the board, right? And they went with Zabel.
Yeah, dude.
North Dakota State, baby. Wow, look at that family. That's a scary looking family.
Dude, I can't even find him on ESPN's rankings. I can't find right now.
Rented 258 acres of land to plant corn in South Dakota. That's what this kid did.
Oh, he's country strong.
Oh yeah, he is. Look at him. That is the definition of country strong. If you look it up in the dictionary, that picture will be right there. Except for who was the tight end who had the big deer antlers in his house? Tyler Warren.
Yeah, Warren.
It was
Yeah.
Warren. I didn't have the live feed on.
That was scary.
tracks.
Yeah.
That's middle Pennsylvania bullshit right there.
It's like, we hunt.
I know a lot of people like that.
You're in Baltimore.
Huh?
How do you
I live
know
in Pittsburgh.
You live in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I did not know you lived in Pittsburgh. Where in Pittsburgh? Oh, did I?
Like the city.
A city? You live in Pittsburgh.
Like my address is a Pittsburgh address.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I like you a little bit more. Not a lot more, but a little bit.
Knowing I'm a Ravens fan,
Gladys.
in the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Gladys,
What?
did you know my family is originally from Pittsburgh?
Oh shit.
Yeah, my
What part, Jamie?
grandpa. It was a farm. I visited once, but my grandma and grandpa moved here when my mom was like 5 or 6 years old.
Oh.
But yeah,
What town?
I don't know. It was a podunk farm town. I don't know.
I'm debating how much. There's certain areas of Pittsburgh you judge. That's just
Exactly. So, Ralphie, your Jersey, that's close enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad was in Pennsylvania. Kinda close.
for a day or something. What? Your dad was in Pennsylvania? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's close. It's close enough. I really did not know that you lived in Pittsburgh, Ryan.
Tampa Bay's pick is in. Who is it?
I don't know.
Which
They
is
keep showing
wow.
this Zabel guy on my screen.
Yeah, that was a
Which
bad
is
pick.
wild because you once sent me a bottle of bourbon too, a Pittsburgh.
I did. Was it a Pittsburgh address? Dude, I don't.
Yeah, I've lived in Pittsburgh for like 2 decades.
I just write shit down. I don't know what I didn't notice that the address said Pittsburgh. Did it actually say Pittsburgh, or was it a city, a different city?
No, it said Pittsburgh.
Huh. And you got it?
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Hey Ryan, did I ever send you a free jersey?
No.
Whoa.
No.
You never sent me a free jersey.
I asked to send you one, and you said no.
Well, who is it going to be though?
I was gonna customize it for you.
Miles Garrett?
You want a Miles Garrett Steelers jersey?
Yes. That would be awesome.
There's a player I was gonna send you, and you said you already have that jersey, and I was gonna customize a jersey with Gladys on the back with your favorite
my
number.
name on the back. I want a player's name. I want like one of the old Steelers.
Yeah, I offered, and you said no.
Because I already had it.
So I sent it. You could have asked me for another one.
Oh, I could have, but I didn't want to.
I think I sent it to Geoff instead.
Oh fuck! Okay, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Hey, I'm not really sure with this new setup. How do I tell if people are trying to get in?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Me neither.
I'm on the podcast. To look pretty. I don't know shit.
And you do, Eddie. And you do, and you do.
I mean, I could hop out and sign back into Geoff's account, and then I'll be able to see.
Okay, do that.
But
I don't know if Doc is trying to get in or not.
I don't remember his password. That's why.
Dude,
went on my account.
I haven't been on for like 6 months now. I remember the password.
The Bucks just took Ibuka.
They did?
Yep.
We're
just spoiling shit tonight, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I hate it.
For this year. Like,
I hate it so much because they re-signed Godwin.
Because Ibuka's like the opposite, or pretty much the same player.
It's Godwin.
But McMillan, because McMillan played in the slot most of his college career. They moved him to the outside in the NFL. I thought Ibuka could be that type of player where he played a lot of slot, only because he had the alpha receivers in college, but he was able to play on the outside.
He's real slotty.
He's real slotty. I don't like the McMillan pick in Carolina. I'm just going to go on record of saying that. I don't. I hate that pick.
I mean, the Panthers needed everything, so anything helps.
Yeah, but it doesn't help me with my fantasy with McMillan and Carolina. We have to set priorities here, Ryan. Priorities.
All right, the Broncos. Let's go Henderson, baby. Henderson or Hampton.
Really?
I want them to get Henderson or Hampton so bad.
Okay, I want Doc to get in here, and I can't do this.
Text me the password.
If I text the password, I have to get up, and that's not going to happen. My phone's way over there. Oh, on Twitter. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, and I'll be right back. I gotta take a pee.
Okay, you do what you need to do there, buddy. You do what makes you happy. Oh, see, I can tell that he's gone. I don't know what's going on.
Who,
all right,
James?
Yeah.
He just blocked the screen off.
But he's gone off my thing. I don't have the little dot one. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the Mbuka pick. And I hate it so much. I want Denver to draft I don't know, somebody bad.
Why?
Because I hate Denver. I hate Sean Payton. You know that.
True. Yeah.
We know this. Yeah,
they're gonna take running back. They made it pretty clear.
Who, Denver? And Hamden's still on the board. If they pick Hamden, I'm gonna hate my life.
Hampton or Henderson?
They
need a playmaker.
Who has volume on? Is that me?
It might be me.
Oh, okay, cool. It's not me. We have the same. We're watching the same thing. See, I heard that.
I'm not even watching it. I just keep updating Twitter.
What are you doing?
I just keep updating.
It's
Twitter.
Doc, everyone! Yay!
Hey guys.
Without the baby. Boo. Oh, now I have the Mbuka pick. Oh yeah, I don't like that at all. No. Doc, what about Vegas? How'd you like that pick?
Oh, the Raiders are doing their damnedest to make fantasy.
Yes. Be fantasy relevant. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you, Jacksonville.
Okay, Raiders fan.
What?
Was Doc a Raiders fan?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm such
See?
I'm such a terrible like podcast nation.
Oh, here we go. All right, now I'm good. So, what you asked me? How do I like the Raiders pick? The Raiders are doing their damnedest to make fantasy players care about them. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, and that's what I love.
I
Thank
will
you.
take it.
And this is the only time I will ever say that. Thank you, Tom Brady. Thank you.
Or Jenny's definitely the Brady pick.
I appreciate you right now. But it's probably Pete Carroll pick.
I came here live for the possible watch Gladys's reaction when the Steelers take Shador. What do we think about that?
Yeah.
No,
That's what I said.
that is like it's like Kenny Pickett revisited. Why would they do that? They can't. They're not going to.
All right.
Awesome.
Serious question for Gladys. Your two choices are Shador Sanders
Don't say Aaron Rodgers.
or Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee talking shit about Mike Tomlin for an entire year. Which one do you pick?
See, okay, here's the thing. I cannot. If Aaron Glenn won't let Aaron Rodgers go on Pat McAfee, why would Tomlin do that? They're like
Because he let Roethlisberger on that radio show too. Remember?
He's a
He was
players coach.
my receivers kept dropping the ball. It wasn't me. Like after every game he's on the show, and like service team under the bus. Like, bro, it wasn't my fault.
Okay, now we're bringing up past history. If I had to choose between the two, I'm choosing Sanders.
Okay,
And not liking life. And not
sounds
liking
like
life.
that sounds like a well-grounded choice, I think.
I will also start
Gonna be a
being a Washington
linebacker.
Commanders fan for life. What? What did you say, Ralphie?
I said this could be another linebacker.
I'm okay with that. I am. Well,
Oh.
no, I'm not. Because we don't have a quarterback.
I got tricked on some news. God damn it.
What?
I misread something and I got real excited. But
Oh,
I
good.
misread it.
Good. It better have been. Oh,
So
it's
It
not
would
him.
have been hilarious if I read it right.
While we're waiting for the pick here, I have a question for the panel here and for the thousands watching at home. Have you guys been watching the commercials for the draft coverage?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. My question is, who was drinking Dr. Pepper and said to themselves, you know what's really going to set this off? Blackberry.
Nobody.
How did, like, who field tested that? Who means tested that? That's what I want to know. Like,
Nobody.
how did that
That
come
is the-
about?
No,
What was
but
their
they're-
second choice? What
they're
flavor
cream-
did they not go with?
But their cream soda is top notch.
I mean, I can't argue with that, but I'm just saying,
But
like, who's
I
drinking a
don't
soda
drink
and says,
coffee
"Hey, you know
anymore.
what I really want? I want some blackberry in this. That's really going to make a difference for me."
Dr. Pepper's got a weird history of advertisement because when they had like Diet Dr. Pepper, the commercials were like, "It's not for women." And I was like, "What is this, dude?" Why would you want to ostracize like half your base right now? Like, I mean, it was so weird. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
D-League, I need you to stop talking right now, please.
Dude, I think he's drunk.
Is he drunk? Sweet. I like
I'd
that.
assume so.
I like that for him.
I thought that was mandatory. Were we not supposed to be drunk when we came on here?
It is a
I've
requirement.
ever been for this podcast.
I mean, it's the 20. It's the
It
20.
is not the first time.
This is.
This
this
is the
is-
soberest I've been for this.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, we're in the
I
20s
think
now.
a
They've been
full-
moving fast. Usually, I'm hammered by the time
Yeah.
like they get to
Yeah,
this.
I'm like still coherent. I drank a whole fifth of one draft. It was bad.
Jesus. And you were coherent at the end?
Wow.
And where did Jamie
I
go?
was here.
No, I was present.
I was present.
Well,
I
we
can't-
know
I
that
can't
Ralphie's
promise
not
you
going to
that's
get drunk drinking Bud
Swill?
Ice.
No, he's definitely gonna get drunk off of that. That stops the
Bud
devil.
Ice?
Oh yeah,
Ice?
it's like strong.
Wait,
ice.
what, Ralph? What are you drinking?
Bud Ice.
I want to show it because I'm.
That's like
getting paid to
7%
do it,
or
Wait.
8%.
So you're the guy that's still buying Bud Ice, just so we're clear. It's
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You're the one.
Dude,
Yep.
I said
Only
as soon
me.
as I saw that, I immediately liked him. I'm like, this dude's fucking cool.
Oh my god.
That is fantastic.
Like
Dude,
I would hang out with Ralph just off of that.
Yeah, no,
Just
me
because he drinks
too.
Bud Ice? Okay.
I used to drink Bud Ice. It was like $3 for a 3-pack of those 24-ounce cans. Like, you can't beat that.
Yeah, we see where Jamie's head is at.
25
right
ounce.
Wait, wasn't Hunter's knee considered a corner? The B League.
They actually didn't even say, they didn't name a position. They just called his name.
Yeah,
Oh.
Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter, baby. So here's my question for fantasy purposes, because I am going to draft him in like every fantasy league I have. If he gets an interception, do I get those points too?
Oh, right.
It depends on how your league's set up.
Yeah.
So in my leagues, I leave all those IDP. I don't disregard them. So he will get the IDP points added to the receiver part.
B League apparently is ahead of us. Barron the cornerback went to the Broncos.
Yeah. I was wondering
Damn
if I should spoil a picture on it.
What the hell's going on here?
My first beer in America was a warm
B
still.
League's first beer, a warm steel reserve. That is.
Oh, that's so gross.
That is not a good representation of America right
really.
there.
Dude, Steel Reserve got me
makes me
kicked out of
sad.
strip club on Valentine's Day in my 20s. That's all we're gonna say.
Oh my god.
I remember one time I mentioned.
It was a truck stop strip club. That's all we're gonna say.
I remember I mentioned Foster's to B League once when we were on a show, Gladys, and he was highly offended.
Beer.
He was
He was
highly
offended, wasn't he?
offended that I mentioned that.
Like, isn't that Australian for beer?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's
And
beer.
he flipped out.
I remember that. That was awesome. I'll be like,
I think they have a beer that's like 5 X's, like XXXXX.
that's the
Yeah.
amount of
That was
alcohol.
also the name of the strip club that Ryan was at.
Oh, so speaking
right,
of
Tom.
hey Doc, can you check out my rash real quick?
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, if I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me that, I'd have like 75 cents.
Ooh, that's
50
way too
cents would be from me.
Glad you ready for the Steelers take Shadeur?
What?
You ready for the Steelers take Shadeur?
Oh, I'm ready.
Right now?
I'm ready. Live
Yes.
reaction. Here we go. This is what I
Yeah.
came for.
Let's
This is what I
bust.
came for.
Let's bust
I'm
this.
refreshing.
Wait,
I'm
I'm still on the
refreshing. I'm
Broncos pick.
refreshing Twitter so much.
I am on the Broncos pick. The Make-A-Wish kid's making a pick.
Yeah.
Why do the Broncos always have a Make-A-Wish kid? I think that's kind of fishy.
Where are they hiding?
How is
Yeah,
B League so
exactly.
far ahead of the draft? Does he have
I
like a
don't
line?
Well, he's
know.
from
Or
the
like
future.
what?
Like Australia's in the future.
Yeah.
He's in New York.
The draft happened yesterday.
This is how he's ahead. I just sent it in the chat.
Oh, see, that's
Oh.
cheating. Come on.
That is cheating.
By the way, I didn't click that because I know it was just going to put a virus in my computer, and I was going to get even more
Yeah.
spots than I already do.
It's why my tablet died.
Oh, this is the kid who had his leg up on the. This kid was like so calm. He had his leg up on the thing, talking on the phone right before the pick. Should die, Barron.
I like him.
He'll fit right in Denver. He'll fit right in here.
Him and Sertan is such a nice combination.
Yeah, unfortunately, shit. This makes me.
I hope the Steelers
Hi,
take
buddy.
Jalen Milrow.
I'd be better with that than Shadeur.
Oh wow, that's hate right there.
Where?
It's
I
not
just
hate.
hate that.
It's not.
Crazy.
It is
That's
not hate.
Mel Kiper's number one.
Okay, fuck.
Mel
got-
Kiper's number one. I like how he had the board of like all the ones where he's like, I haven't missed one yet, and he had like I forget there was one Butte. Oh, Jimmy Clausen was on there. I'm like, I would not have put that one on the board.
Mel Kiper's like, what is he like? 47% correct. I'm saying.
I
I'm just
doubt
saying.
that.
60%.
No,
of the
he's
time
like
he's right
12.
every time.
Yeah, I was going to say
47
maybe
47 is
7%.
elite.
47.
Has anybody else noticed how Roger Goodell is doing like his Boca Raton chic, where he has like the suit with the bright white sneakers?
Speakers on.
Like,
I noticed that.
Could he be any more of a geriatric white man than he already is? Like, is that possible?
No, I don't think it is.
Gladys, congratulations. You guys didn't do something stupid.
Ooh.
Yes, I like stupid.
Or did you?
Wait, if stupid does not include Shadeur, yes, I
It
like
might.
stupid.
But it might not.
Shut up. Shut up.
I hate how you guys are ahead. That's not cool.
Yeah,
I want the live
That is
reaction.
not cool.
But I'm not
all
spoiled.
find out at the same time. Oh,
I've been for like 5 minutes now.
I know. Well, what the hell? You guys are on these
Yeah.
bootleg. You're on these bootleg third-party websites.
What? Bud?
Exactly. Let's get the defensive
D
tackle,
League just
Derek
blew it.
Harmon.
How boring. All right, Gladys. Well, live react. There we go. Anybody but Shador.
Steelers, baby! Steelers, baby! Defensive tackle. Okay. Meh. It wasn't Shador. That's all I care about.
That's all you care about. All right. You know what?
Really,
I'll
I want Cleveland to come back in the first round and take Shador. That's what.
No.
Giants are gonna
Yeah. All right, guys. If you hear that noise in the background of
Yeah.
my phone, of my thing, I have to leave because my dog is yelling at me.
Wait, let me see your doggy.
He's in the hallway being tired.
Why did you put your dog in the hallway?
No, he's in the hallway barking at me to get me to go that way because he wants to go outside, and he's just barking at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, baby.
He's dead.
B-League thinks the Giants are going to
What?
do Shador. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Love y'all.
Ryan.
See
I
you guys
missed you.
later. Bye.
See
Nice
ya.
seeing you.
See you, Ryan.
take it easy, Ryan.
It was good seeing you again.
All right,
All right.
Jamie. Let's have it. The Browns were supposed to take Travis Hunter all off season, and then they trade
Yeah.
the pick. What's the reaction?
I kind of love it. I wouldn't mind Hunter, but for fantasy reasons, I'm kind of
Thank
glad.
you.
They
They
did get a
did go
lot.
Hunter.
They did get a lot for that pick.
They
I
got
will
so
say
much.
that.
Like they actually did something right, and they took the right guy at 5. Like we needed someone on that defense that can stop the run, that can
Oh,
do
Mason
the
Graham.
pass rush. Like yeah, Mason Graham is awesome. Like
Yeah.
compare
Hey,
him with
that is a
Myles
great pick, you
Garrett.
guys. That is a
So
great pick.
I
Mason,
love getting
Mason
that.
Rudolph has
extra-
no hope right now.
I
If
love
that's our
getting that
quarterback,
extra.
he's dead.
Yeah, getting that extra.
So
Getting that
Yeah.
extra first next year and getting the 206 in this draft. So we're gonna have 2 top picks in the next round tomorrow.
or
I
you can
love
come
it.
back in the first round. I bet you can come back in the first round.
I'd rather keep those 2 picks because there's gonna be people there.
I'd
that
rather
I
you
wouldn't
guys
mind.
pick Shador and come back. In
I
the
don't
first
want
round.
Shador, man. Come on, I'd rather take Tyler Shuck. Like, give me Tyler Shuck over Shador.
Oh man, that
Ooh,
is
this
hate.
is a big boy. This
That
Derek
is Shador hate. Well, I'm just
Boy.
glad to see Cleveland fans happy about something for once because
Yeah,
usually
that is true.
it
Well,
doesn't
it's,
go well
it's
for you
still
guys.
early. It's still early. We can still
Well,
screw it
I
up.
mean, that's true.
you know,
That's true. I don't want to
like,
call it too early, but
I don't
you
know
What
if
was
you
your
heard.
what was your prediction, Jamie? That you guys were forgetting you
my
had a first round pick.
prediction. So I had a feeling that the Browns were gonna time out with the number 2 pick because they haven't had a pick in so long that they just forgot the pick. And then the GM's over there microwaving a burrito. And then the clock hits 0. Oh, they still don't even notice. And then in the mid-first round, they finally figure out that they were supposed to pick. And they're panicking, and then all of a sudden they end up trading the pick for a guy that's already in a walking boot and pay him millions of guaranteed dollars and won't even play this season.
See, so by any stretch of the imagination, anything they did would be better than that.
yeah, this is by that standard.
Yeah, if that's your base, then you're good. Hey,
Classic
Dropping.
Browns, man. That's what they do.
Giants coming back in the first round to get Shador.
Yeah, I think
I
they
would
traded
love
the
it.
Chiefs.
I would love that. I
Dude,
want to
I'd
see.
love
I
to
want to see
see
B-League's head explode on
gonna
week
trade the
1
Chiefs
of
and go in.
Monday Night Show.
I want to see Shador go in the last pick of the 7th round.
Wow.
What's up with the hate with Shador, man? No, Mel
heard.
Kiper's number 1 quarterback. I mean, this is the guy who picked Jimmy Clausen out of
Oh my
out of
God.
Oh
all
my
those
God.
possible prospects. He said Jimmy Clausen was the guy. If he says that Shador Sanders is his number 1 quarterback, I think we should show the man some damn respect, don't you?
Wait, he was Mel Kiper's
he's
number 1.
undersized. He lacks that
But
arm strength.
He had him ranked really high, and that didn't go so well.
Right.
Mel Kiper sucks.
No,
He really does. Like with that smirk, and he's never right.
he's no Todd McShay, that's for sure.
He is no Todd McShay. I love Todd McShay.
So is anyone here a fan of Shador Sanders? 'Cause I
I'm
can
not-
talk you out of it.
I don't know if I'm a fan of him, but I know I don't like hate his guts like you guys all do. I can't
I do
speak for
not
Ralph.
hate
Ralph
his
hasn't said
guts.
anything.
I would definitely take him because, like, it's the Giants right now have Tommy DeVito, who they described as still developing. This dude's like 27 years old. And then they have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Like, of all those, I would have Shador in a heartbeat, man.
Okay,
All
first
right,
of all,
so
you know that,
let me
you know
change
that
your
your
mind.
owner is not going to draft a black quarterback.
No, of course not, man.
So
You know that?
Yeah, we all know that's not going to happen.
I can't say that. Gladys can say that, but I can't
the
say
giant MetLife has whites-only fountains, you know?
Oh, no. That's it. I'm losing my medical license. Get me off this show. Get me off this show. I'm not here. This didn't happen. Holy crap.
True, though. It's true.
So if
That butt ice is kicking in.
So if I told you there's a quarterback in this class that is undersized, lacks arm strength, he played almost all of his snaps in the shotgun, and not only that, he takes extra steps back. So imagine taking like 7 steps back from the shotgun, and that's where he's throwing the ball from, and he doesn't even have the arm strength to get the ball down the field.
Listen, you know what I have to say to that, Jamie? Do you know what I have to say to that? I don't want to hear anything from you right now because I'm still mad at you for sending me nasty messages in the fantasy league saying I have to clear my IR with a guy who's going to be out for the whole year and a guy who tore his ACL in like week 17.
I was told to do the same goddamn thing.
What are we talking about?
And Kyle's league,
clearly haven't checked the message board in the FPC fantasy league. When you do,
Kyle made me clear my IR, take everyone off of my taxi squad.
Well, the taxi squad is only for 1 year. That I knew about.
But you could still draft people and then take them out of the taxi
Not in this
squad.
league. Not if you want to play in this league. Goddamn! No, I'm just kidding.
So it wasn't my fault. I was just trying to follow the rules.
Wasn't my fault.
And then I noticed after I followed the rules,
I think that's what the Nazi said.
7
just following orders.
There's like 7 other people in the league.
I can't believe your excuse is you're invoking the Nuremberg trials. That's what you're doing.
Come on, Jamie.
I mean, come on.
So I should be reading the message board?
No, you need to follow the
actually,
rules.
you shouldn't. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, good. Because I don't think I would pick.
I was so mad because I don't clean up my rosters until week 1, like right before week 1. That's when I start.
I can't wait for the first trade offer during the draft when Jamie tries to send me 8 4th-round picks from the 105.
Oh, isn't that what you guys, or maybe it was your partner to try to do that to me in a trade?
That's certainly possible. I cannot confirm or deny anything that he does.
Yeah, because there's some.
I cannot take responsibility for any actions of Zach Pulowski. That man is a man unto himself.
Yeah, there's people that were going to be dropped, or that should be dropped on your roster.
They're dropped. They're dropped now. Thank you. I know nobody cares. Everybody that's watching, nobody gives a shit. But anyway, do we have the Chargers pick?
No, we're going over all the picks like they're the guys coming out. No one. The only best dressed one so far is Travis Hunter. With that,
I did like the suit. It wouldn't work for me, but I did like it.
Yeah, no, it probably wouldn't work for most people.
It looked good on him.
It looked good on him. It looked really good on him.
Yeah.
Wait, so Derek Harmon, that was the last pick. Now we're on to the Chargers. There's no Michigan man left for Harbaugh to pick. So
that's why it's taking so long.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what to do.
Who else is there?
Oh, Will Johnson, the cornerback. But I think he should go Matthew Golden.
Well, we'll say. Hey, Ralph, who's your team?
Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Giants coming back in for Shador.
Like I said, man.
Wait.
It's one of those things where it's like, I'd rather have something I don't know than what I do know, Like, maybe Shador will be bad, but I'd rather, take the chance than go with things I already know suck, Like, literally every year they should be drafting a quarterback till one hits, basically. So it's like,
come on. Tommy Cutlets is not doing it for you? Come on.
Bro. Oh, my God.
That's my boy, man. That's my Jersey boy, Tommy DeVito. Come on.
I like him as a backup for the culture, but, I don't want him fucking trying to win games.
You guys aren't trying to win games. You're not. You're
no, what they do is they lose the first half, and then when they should be tanking is when they win the meaningless games and get the fifth pick.
Absolutely correct.
That is a Giants.
That's gonna happen this year. Watch, they get 6-7 wins, 8th pick.
Wait, you guys have Jameis though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need you guys to get
Did you see that thing with where Dion was talking to Shador about the quarterbacks? He's like, you see what they got? Jameis and Russell Wilson. That pre-snap prayer is gonna be off the chain, man.
Oh my! No, I did not see that.
Oh,
hey, why is Darth Vader on my screen? Why
gotta
is Nick
love
Saban
fun.
on my screen? Who am I watching? ABC draft. Isn't that ESPN? Isn't ABC ESPN? Aren't they the same? No.
All right, Chargers pick is in. Anybody know what it is?
Hold on.
Not
I will
yet.
know in 3, 2,
Shador
1.
Sanders? Maybe?
No.
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 Well, I
Wrong.
think Shador is going to be a great backup. And if he goes to the Chargers,
I think he should go to
why
an
not?
indoor. He should go somewhere where he can throw indoors, where he doesn't have to worry about the elements. No, I like.
Or-
I know.
No.
Or doesn't Green Bay have a track record of taking
Saints.
a quarterback like 5 years
The Saints
before
have.
they start?
Yeah, but they're not gonna. That's not indoors, Jamie. That's like the worst outdoors. Like you.
Dallas.
Yes. No.
Do you imagine
No,
Dallas facing the first round
Dallas
getting
has
drafted?
that. Who did Dallas just get? The dude, rookie from last year.
He has some like there's
Which
gonna be
is
some guards.
The
strong.
guard.
Yeah.
Oh. They just a quarterback.
Yeah, Dallas got a quarterback to back up
Oh, in
Dak.
free agency. In
Oh.
free
Trey
agency.
Lance.
Not Trey Lance. The dude from the Patriots.
Oh, Milton, right?
Milton, that dude has a huge arm. I like him.
What? Dallas also has Dak. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but Dak's crap.
Hey, take
Oh
it easy.
my God.
Hey,
Now-
hey, Ralph, I got a question for you. Since you're a
Yeah.
Giants fan, are you from the tri-state area, or do you hate yourself that much that you are not in the tri-state area, but you're a Giants fan anyway?
Nah, I'm from there. If
Okay.
anything, it's funnier too because I was born in Jersey, but I grew up in New York. But the Giants are from New York, but they live in Jersey. You know?
No, it's a paradox.
Wait, Doc lives in Jersey.
I do live in Jersey.
Hey, Gladys, are you
I
seeing
see it.
the
No,
chat?
that's pretty good. Did you lose a bet?
No, I got like 3 a.m. on Hollywood Boulevard one day, and they were like,
Well,
"You came all the way to California."
if you're on Hollywood Boulevard at 3 a.m. and you got a Giants tattoo, technically that's not the worst thing that could have happened to you.
Yeah, right.
Hampton.
Omari and Hampton to the Chargers. There you go.
I love
We
that.
finally got some fantasy juice in this draft. It's been all defensive tackles and linemen.
So,
And
what does that do for Najee? Because
Tight
everyone
end.
was so high on Najee. He's like, oh, he's going to be a top 12 running
Who
back.
was? You were?
who's high on Najee again?
Yeah.
Everyone was saying Najee's going to be a top
Don't
12.
say everyone because I was not when he left. I was not high on Najee.
Gladys said, "You once you leave, you're dead to me.
You're dead
Jalen
to
Warren
me.
for life."
Exactly.
Until the Steelers take a running back in the second
Take a running
round.
back, and then I'm with him. I like that pick for the Chargers.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, for the
That is a
future,
good
it
pick.
is.
A little thunder and lightning action going on. I don't know. Is it like is there anybody left that likes Najee Harris? Watch, he's gonna mess around and get like 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns this year. Everybody dumps him for a 3rd round pick.
No, I can't. I think I have him in that dynasty league, don't I? I might be playing some trades here.
As I recall, he was either your 1st or 2nd round pick. But you made the playoffs last year, so your team's on the up and up. You got to watch out for Jamie. Now Jamie's in the league. He's trying to run shit.
No, my team was on the up and up because I had Jaden Daniels.
Well, that didn't hurt.
No,
That
it
didn't
didn't hurt. That didn't hurt at all. But I might keep Najee now.
See?
Yeah, why not? Draft this guy because no one.
Just wait. Jamie's talking shit now. He's gonna try to trade in 3 months. He's gonna try to trade you cotton candy and a bag of fun size Snickers for Najee Harris. It's just you wait.
I don't want. Wait, why would I want Najee Harris?
Oh, okay. All
Okay,
right.
okay, Jamie.
Why would I
All
want
right.
Najee Harris? But I'll tell you what. I'll give you this 4th round pick for him in 2029.
That is why I can't do
I mean,
dynasty.
that's probably what he's
I'm not
worth
gonna do-
with Amari and Hampton going to the Chargers.
That's a good. I like Hampton a lot. What are your guys' thoughts on Omari and Hampton? You like him better than Genty? Some people do.
No, I thought he was closer to Genty than people thought, but he was always my number 2.
Okay.
I think this is all like systems, right? If we learned anything last year, we learned that it really depends on what system you get into. Because put Caleb Williams in Washington system, and he's better than he was in Chicago. Give him Ben Johnson now, and he's going to be. Do I have any Caleb Williams stuff? And he's going to be great. And who did they pick? Who did Chicago pick? Didn't they got tight end?
Yeah, they took another tight end. Anybody else surprised by that? What do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do with that? What does that mean for Cole Kmet?
Oh, nothing. Cole Kmet's going to be like the blocker now.
Well, we talked about that earlier. They think they're going to use a lot of double tight ends. I think they should trade Cole Kmet because there's a lot of tight end needy
double
teams.
tight ends in Detroit. Dude, he's gonna use Loveland as a wide receiver.
I think that's really
and
interesting.
Cole Kmet's gonna be like the blocking tight end.
I mean, Loveland does play like a oversized wide receiver, so I like that.
He's a big.
I like that for Caleb
boy, he
Williams.
can catch the ball.
I think this is a really good fantasy draft. I really do. It's better than I thought it would be. Except for Ted.
What? I'm curious. What makes you say that? I'm not saying it's bad or that I disagree with you because I would never disagree with you. But what makes you say that? I'm curious.
The Travis Hunter going with in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Now he has Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter, and that boy's got J-Law's got. He's got to get better.
They kind of have to use him as a wide receiver, right? Like you can't trade up and give away like next year's first round pick for a guy who's going to play cornerback, right?
Yeah, he's going to be wide receiver. And he's going to be that contested wide receiver that he needs. Ashton Gentry going to the Raiders, I think, is a boost for fantasy. Loveland in Chicago, boost for fantasy. I even think Tyler Booker on that offensive line because whenever Dallas was really good, they were really good because they had. Whoa.
My bad.
Because they had a really good offensive line. So I just think this is a really, really good. Jimmy, why are you in here twice?
I was trying to get in on my phone so I could show people. I want to show people.
We got to deal with two. We got to deal with two of this guy.
I know. What is going on, Jamie?
What happened to the other guy? Where did he go?
He's like, that's it. He's like, 2 Jamie Brooks. I'm out of here. I want to get another tattoo.
I can't do 2 Jamies.
Well, you're not paying attention to the chat.
Ralph, we thought you went to get another tattoo.
Right. No, shit just froze.
You got what?
My screen froze.
Oh, your screen froze?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the only one I don't like is Ted McMillan in Carolina.
Really?
I don't think that boosts any fantasy.
Because you don't like Tet as a prospect, or you don't like his fit with the Panthers?
I don't like his fit with the Panthers.
Okay.
I kind of agree. I love
kind
Tet
of
as a
agree.
prospect. Kind of, but like,
okay,
they do need a receiver.
Right.
They failed with Leggett. Now they have a true guy that could be a top 20 type receiver for fantasy purposes. Now, as long as that midget guy, what's his name, Bryce Young, as long as like
little people,
the little person, that little person.
We got Ralph talking about segregation in Giant Stadium. We got you calling people midgets on live stream. I'm like, do you guys want me to get fired? Is that what you brought me on here? Am I being punked right now? What's going on here?
He has a kid to feed, you guys.
Apparently, Bud Ice is still sold on non-black markets. I didn't know this. I thought it was banned by the FDA like 7 years ago. I had no idea it was still commercially available.
You have no idea where Ralphie lives. You have no idea where Ralphie lives, so you don't know if it's a non-black market. They do have black markets here in Denver.
He's like, I was born in Jersey. I grew up in New York. I'm like, stop right there. I heard enough.
But I live in Denver now.
Ralph, just don't admit to any felonies on the live stream, okay?
Never.
At least not before midnight.
Yeah, Ralph, please, because I don't have enough money to bill you out.
There's thousands of people watching. Somebody's gonna recognize you.
They probably already have.
That's true. They're like, I know that guy, so I'm getting a tattoo at 3 a.m. on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's my buddy. All right, the Packers.
All right. We got the Packers.
The Packers have no fantasy value for me whatsoever.
Kyle Senra's live thoughts here in the chat.
I think Kyle's still trying to make up for the sleepers platform that doesn't allow roster moves if they're an IR taxi squad violation.
See?
I think he's still trying to
Golden to the Packers. I like that.
Who?
Golden.
Why are you ahead of me?
Well, no, I'm looking at B League.
No, we're looking at the chat. B League apparently has Goodell on the cell phone because he's popping all the picks.
Come on, B League. Come on, Dan. What? All right, Golden to the Packers. You like that?
Well, you have to read it in the Australian voice of Dan. Like
I cannot do an Australian voice. I'm sorry. You read it in Australian voice. You're half Aussie, weren't you? Like last year? Oh no, Canadian. You're half.
Yeah,
Canadian.
I identify as a half Canadian. I like their health care.
Not a bad choice.
Which, you know, the strippers probably enjoy that too. Why?
Oh, Jesus.
That you have their health care. Wait, why do we like Golden to the Packers?
Because they need a receiver that can get downfield.
Is he helping my fantasy value?
Yes.
No.
Can't hurt. Can't hurt.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have Christian Watson, who's going to be out almost all next year.
all season.
No.
Yeah.
You have Jaden Reed, who's awesome, but only plays 65.
We need the docs. Is Christian Watson going to be out all?
I mean,
at least
highly likely.
Yeah. At least 10, 12 weeks. That's it. And I'm not a doctor.
His hamstrings. I saw the reports in the offseason, and this is true. They're actually 80% paper mache. I thought it was high. I thought it was 90%, but it's actually 80%.
I thought going into last year, he just got married, right? So I figured his sex drive was going to go down. It would help his hamstrings heal.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, he still gets hurt. It's like, come on, man.
Wow. I have no.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I have nothing to say to Jamie's sex drive going down.
It's just a fact. When you get married, that activity goes downhill, right?
Oh boy.
The only other married person on the diet is his dog. So
yeah, I'd like to stay that way. So I don't know. But you guys already came for my medical license. Now you want me to get divorced too? Like, what's next?
Ruining lives.
I don't believe in marriage, so I can't say
now Jamie, he's going for the triple threat. He's like, I take away my medical license, I get divorced, and then he comes from my first round pick in the fantasy league, and then my decimation is complete, and then I can return back to the shadows from whence I came.
And Jamie had like that evil laugh.
Hanging out at Ralph's place, drinking Bud Ice,
the
and
mustache.
Tattoos.
Yeah. I don't like this for fantasy. I'm sorry. I don't.
I mean, did it actually happen? Is that what?
Yeah.
According to the B League, it happened. Oh, there it is. All right. So now it kicks over like
now
7 minutes later.
Now it happened. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Matthew Golden to the Packers.
I love it.
I
Jaden
would have liked Ted McMillan there more. I would like Ted McMillan to the Panthers more than.
I would have rather have seen him trade for George Pickens.
That might still happen. They want George Pickens out of Pittsburgh in a bad way.
And I would love Pickens on the Packers.
That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
So I mean, you got Reed. Reed only plays what 65% snaps in the slot, right? The rest he's off the field.
What if Aaron Rodgers did the ultimate heel turn and went back to the Packers after all this bullshit? And
probably the only ones who will take him. Seriously.
Dude, that dude needs to sign with an insane asylum.
Yeah, he's out there.
Where did this kid play? Oh, Texas. Okay.
So, like, Matthew Golden played with Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond got injured. That kind of spiked Matthew Golden's productivity.
What's his size, Jamie? He doesn't look very big.
Let me double check.
They got him listed at 5'11", 191.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I got 195, 6 foot. 6 foot, 195.
All right. Well, they shaved him.
He might have shrunk.
On CBS.
You never know. I mean, he lived in Texas, so with that heat, I'm pretty sure.
There, so he shrank.
He shrank down with the heat.
He might have shrunk a little bit.
And you like him for fantasy with those?
Golden, no.
Okay.
What was his rank? Like when you did your prospect rankings, Jamie, the expert rankings. What did you rank him? Like where was he for wide receivers?
Let me pull it because me and Kyle did a episode recently. Dynasty 6 pick. There we go. So. Prospect wise, Tet 1, Abuka 2, and Burden 3.
Where did Abuka go?
Hunter 4.
19.
Okay.
Golden, I put him at 5, but I took Trey Harris over Golden in some rookie mocks. So I guess Golden would be my 6th overall prospect.
All right. Hunter at 5, huh? That's interesting. Is it because you don't think he's going to get the reps?
Yeah, because let's say I just posted something on Twitter that I did, and if let's say Hunter only plays 35,
I'm not allowed on Twitter. I voted for a Democrat in 1992, so apparently I'm banned from the platform.
I was 10.
I'm banned from the platform too.
So wait, that was Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I am that old.
But okay, so let's say Hunter only plays 35-40% of snaps. Let's say he gets 5, maybe 6 targets.
How does he have the Vikings pick?
Oh no, like B League is on some. He's on some third-party website, so he's like ahead of the.
Sling.
Yeah, can you turn that down a little?
Really? Can you hear that loudly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah. What is that?
Sling.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so Doc. So let's say let's say Hunter gets about 5 targets, maybe 6 targets a game when he's playing 35-40% of snaps. He can go for what, like 3-4 catches on that, 80-90 yards, a touchdown.
That's
so that's 20 points right there for fantasy, right? But he could also go for 2 catches, 30 yards, and that's only 5 points. So that disparity.
So the range is the issue.
If he played as a full-time wide receiver,
that was going to be my follow-up questions. That's why you're a professional.
I think he can go as I would have him in my top 12 wide receivers in Dynasty already. Top 12.
What would his rank be in this draft if he was going to he was going to play essentially full-time?
He would be 101 over Genty.
Wow. Okay.
Does Matthew Golden have 2 moms? What's happening here? Does Matthew Golden have 2 moms?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Maybe I could.
I think it is whoa, Jamie, whoa.
Well, I mean, it's after 10 p.m., so it's going for 2 after dark now.
Yeah.
I like dark meat.
Wow. Wow. Jamie.
Gladys. You know you're my secret crush, right?
Here it comes. That's it.
Not a secret
now
anymore.
It's all coming out now. All coming out now.
No longer a secret, Jamie. Thanks for telling everybody. It was a secret, but now it's not. Dude, this kid is so tiny. Like,
hey, I'm not that small. No.
Not you. Oh my god.
It's a wheel.
All right.
Jeff, it was nice. It was nice being on the network with you. I'm sorry that it's going to get taken away from you now. But thanks for letting us all be on the stream.
Oh my God, Terry's on. What time is it? 10:51. What up, Terry? My sister does not stay up past 9 o'clock. This is like an event for her. Like 10:51 in Florida. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I feel privileged. Terry's awesome.
Terry is awesome. She is awesome. She's awesome, but she's also a teacher, so if you have children, don't let her teach your children.
Oh, Jesus.
She's mean. She's very mean.
All right. Luther Burden to Houston right now. Who wants that?
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be great?
Because, I mean, Tank Dell's going to be out all year. He might not even be back the beginning of 2026. So,
oh, shit.
Okay, you guys, I am just now getting the Vikings pick.
Oh, shit.
Giant, here we go.
Giants are coming back in.
Here we go. Here we go, Ralph.
Giants come back in.
Tattoo out. Let's go.
I called it.
You got
Shadir tattoo.
Let's go. Show the right arm. Show where Shadur's signature is gonna
go. Like on their side. For
their 3, 4, and next year's 3. That's it.
Nice.
Man.
What did they give up?
3, 4, and next year's 3.
Their 4th and next year's 3rd.
That's cheap.
That is.
Yeah.
Not
I guess it depends on who they pick.
Not a lot of interest there.
I mean, this wasn't that the thing? Wasn't that the thing about this draft though? It wasn't like there's no elite after the first 3. There was no elite.
I guess not. Not according to Mel Kiper.
Oh my God.
It's going to be Jackson Dart, says B League. We'll see.
No.
How great would that be?
I love Jackson Dart. Don't.
Is Jackson Dart white?
Yeah.
Okay then. I think he called it. I think he called it. Unless All right, seriously, Donovan Jackson guard, Vikings.
Oh man.
I
Oh my
who's
God,
quarterback
look
in
at his house,
Seattle?
dude.
What?
Sam Darnold.
Okay. Yeah.
Like even his house is mad white. Like
What?
Like, do you see his house too? He looks like Logan Paul a little bit.
Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God, man.
Okay.
Did they pick him really? No. Okay. No.
No, not yet.
I saw him hugging
Not-
people like in celebration.
and,
I was like, wait a second, hold on.
You seen
Oh,
Jackson
and
Dart? What are you? Sling?
Yeah.
How is Sling ahead of ABC? That's really sad.
yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah, what is
All
happening
right.
with these?
All right, let's go. Predictions. What do we? I say Shador.
I think
I
so.
think-
Also, all
think
jokes
it's
aside, I
Jackson
think
Dart.
it has to be.
It has to
Don't-
be?
Yeah.
Why?
They've been with him like 1,000 times, man. They love that dude.
Who's they?
Ooh,
I don't know. Whoever the Giants are. Whoever the Giants sent. But nah, seriously, they met
Jackson,
him a bunch of times.
Logan Paul to the Giants.
Logan Paul to the Giants.
That's what B League says. Our official correspondent, senior correspondent, Dan
Shit, I
B
told
League,
you.
Rosier
Shit.
says Jackson Dart
Dart.
to the Giants. What do we think? Come on, Ralph.
I
Reaction.
believe it.
Other than that, you love Bud Ice. Well, give us some reactions. Give the people some reactions.
Like I said, man, honestly, just having like a rookie in general is like is good. You know what I mean? Because like I said, any year you don't have a franchise quarterback is a wasted year. Like, what am I watching for? You're not going to compete. So at least rather like see someone developing. So at least having someone in is not so bad, you know. But like, yeah, whatever.
Do
Hopefully,
you think
it's good.
Dart is better than Shador?
I don't know much about
Yes.
Dart. I just know that like, I'm always skeptical
That's
of
a
people
fact.
kind of like heat up like right before a draft time. You know what I mean? Where like he
Right.
wasn't really like in the conversation until like 3 weeks before the draft. And everybody's like, "Oh, Jackson Dart is gonna be like a first round pick." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's
So like I
yeah.
said, we'll see. It's better to have somebody in there than nobody.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Ralph likes it. B League likes it. He also says he'd actually start Logan Paul over Shador Sanders. He literally would start Logan Paul over Shador Sanders.
You guys, I don't hate Shador Sanders. I just don't think he would be a good pick in Pittsburgh. Now, if Pittsburgh goes back into this draft, I might cry. But they don't have anything to trade. We have nothing to trade, so I'm not really worried about it because we can't give up anything to get back
Trade
into it.
TJ Watt to the Chiefs for the 30th pick.
Dude, shut your whore mouth.
And
Oh
then
my
next
God.
round 6, next year 6.
Shut your whore mouth.
I came here to see Shador Sanders go to Pittsburgh. That didn't happen, and then I came here to see Shador Sanders go to the Giants after they trade back in to get him, and that didn't happen. So now I'm just disappointed. So now I know I don't have a medical license. I'm gonna get divorced. So thank you guys for having me on here. I'm gonna go to bed because the baby's gonna be up in like 3 hours or whatever. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Tell her we're gonna FaceTime Sunday.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna FaceTime. It'll be like during the 6th or 7th round. I don't know. My baby somebody might come into the trade into the draft with a 7th round pick and try to draft my daughter. I don't know. Who knows? Jamie, I look forward to all your garbage trades this year and competing
same
with you.
ditto.
It's been
Oh, and also since you're out of a job now, go buy the book. Injuries suck, but your fantasy team doesn't have to because that's his only source of income now.
That's it.
This is what you guys
help
need.
pay for my
your
kids'
fantasy
college
season
fund
this
because
season.
now I'm no longer a doctor. I don't have a medical license, so I'm not going to be able to.
This fantasy season, this is what you need to help you beat other people than me.
All right, guys, this was great. Thanks so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of the draft.
Thanks,
I
Doc.
will.
Awesome,
Maybe I'll pop in again sometime this weekend. Ralph, stay off the police blotter, okay?
Yeah, I'll try.
Out of trouble. Keep these guys in line, Ralph.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye, Doc. Thank you.
Bye. See you, Doc.
Okay, you guys gave up the second round. Wait, no, they gave up the second round, 4th round, and a future 6 for this pick.
Yeah, that's not a lot. So whatever.
No, it isn't a lot, really.
Yeah, they still got their next year first, you know. That's like really that's all that matters.
The Texans received 2nd round. The Texans need offensive line, so that's good for them too.
Word.
Because they can get that offensive line next round. But Dart over Shador. Meh.
Or like, I'm just gonna do the first pick. So if they fucking like suck again and they're in a position to draft the quarterback next year, then like they should do that also. Do the Josh Rosen, you know,
Ooh.
where they
Is
draft him
he-
ninth
is he
overall,
in the
name is
league?
whacked.
He's not in the league anymore, right?
He was in Tampa like a few years ago. I think he's still somewhere. He's like a backup, definitely.
Definitely a backup. But I mean, I don't know that I like this pick for you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
I said, I think it's the Eli. Oh no, he's not in the league. No one has him. Oh shit. Oh
No
no,
one
Browns
has
are
him?
gonna sign him, or I don't know.
yeah, they will. They will, because
Yeah.
that's what the Browns do.
Look at this dude's house, yeah.
They haven't announced it yet on this feed. He lives in a really nice house. I'm thinking it.
Yeah.
Of
It
course
looks like it does. I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but it looks like an event hall or something like that. So an event space you would rent or some shit like that.
The couple of them have done that. Like that, the kid. Oh shit, that's his house.
Yeah.
I bet that's his house. Okay, I'm not. Oh man.
All right, Kyle, it's been great having you in the chat. He's got to go write an article, so he's taking off.
All right, Kyle. Love you. Great having you in the chat. Okay, Jackson Dart. Who did he play for? Ole Miss.
Yeah. The Eli Manning school.
Is that? Oh,
Eli Manning.
ah,
What's wrong?
Jackson Dart. I love that. I love the player. I don't know about his team though. He's got. Jameis Winston can outplay him this year.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson obviously is going to start, so that leaves him third on the depth chart.
Unless I bet they trade Wilson.
Oh man, where?
Nah, they probably cut Jameis.
No, you can't cut Jameis, dude.
Don't cut Jameis.
That dude's awesome.
I don't want them to. But that's probably who's going to get like the boot.
No, Wilson. Boot Wilson. Boot Wilson. Jameis is fantasy gold.
Yeah.
Although,
was this with Neighbors? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Come on now.
I think 30 for 30 season.
I'll take it. I will take it.
Dude, this sucks because he was my number one quarterback for Dynasty in this class.
Jackson Dart?
Yeah. Now, if he's going to have to sit behind for a year with Cam Ward actually starting, I'm going to have to move Cam Ward above him, which sucks. I don't want to do that.
You don't have to do that.
Both Mannings were drafted in the out of Ole Miss. I see now. That's interesting.
Wait, what do you mean both Mannings?
So it
Archie?
says there's been 3 Ole Miss quarterbacks drafted in the first round as Archie and Eli. And now him, basically.
Now, do they bring in Dart like they used Lamar Jackson his rookie year? Remember they brought him in for some packages? Because Dart is a dangerous runner on like design runs and scrambles.
Well, I mean, Giants coach has to win this year, or he's out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude, and the leadership skills Dart has, man, like he's going to be awesome with Jameis Winston because those two are going to have so much fun together this year. Like Dart's leadership skills are off the charts. Like he brings it. He's vocal. He's intense. He's like a team first player, and that's what Jameis Winston is. So I might be a Giants fan now. God damn it.
Wait, the Falcons have 2 picks in the first round? No.
No, they just traded with the Chargers.
Oh, damn.
Wait, I thought they picked right. I thought they had.
Yeah, they did. This was the Chargers pick, and they traded with the Falcons.
So they do have 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah, they just traded back in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then why would they trade? Wow.
I'm curious what they would trade back in for.
Me too. Who are they going to trade back in for?
Yeah.
I mean,
Shador. They're going to have Shador, fucking Penix, and Kirk Cousins.
An edge rusher.
Yeah,
James.
It's got to be defensive. It's got to be defensive.
Yeah, James Pierce Jr.
That's a good pick for them.
Yeah.
I like it, Atlanta. I like it.
I like it. Yep.
Yeah. Because
now we got Baltimore on the clock.
Ooh.
Baltimore.
I'm surprised Baltimore's not trading out. They don't.
Do they go Luther Burden?
No. You think? No, I don't think so.
Do they go running back Henderson or Jud? I would love Judkins on the Ravens, even if he sits behind Henry for a year or splits with Henry.
I would love
that seems like a great fit.
I would love them to get the running back.
Yeah, Judkins seems like a good fit for the Ravens. The way that dude's running style is, he would be an easy replacement for Derrick Henry.
Well, we're not going to replace Henry.
Well, no, like eventually, dude's like 32 years old, right?
Yeah, he's up there.
They got a first round out of this?
Yeah, they did. Wow.
Damn, that's so funny.
Wow. Okay.
So for fantasy purposes, who's left? We got obviously Luther Burden, Judkins, Henderson.
I'm more interested in who Washington's going to get.
I want them to get a Luther Burden. I was hoping Ibuka would fall to him. But
I agree with Dan. I think that the Ravens need a receiver.
Yeah, I also agree with that. Yes,
but being in the same division that the Steelers are in, I hope they don't get a receiver. But for fantasy purposes, I hope they do get a receiver.
And right now, I think Burden would be the guy, right?
Yeah. But I mean, everyone.
They also need O-line. They need cornerback. They need defensive line.
I just think that, Cincinnati, everyone's improved in that division so far. We'll see what Baltimore does, except for Steelers. Like offensively, everyone's improved in that division except for the Steelers. Cincinnati retained their wide receivers in free agency. They kept both Higgins and Chase. Cleveland, it's Cleveland.
Cleveland kept Myles Garrett.
Fuck.
Right?
That made me
I was so mad.
Why?
Because I'm a Cleveland fan, but I also love Myles Garrett, and I think he deserves to go somewhere where he could actually compete for a Super Bowl. Not bring in 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks like Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Like that's the closest thing you're going to give Myles Garrett to a Super Bowl? Is to bring up 2 backup quarterbacks? Come on.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Isn't? Oh, yeah. Dude, your defense though got legit.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I mean,
we still have Jordan Hicks. We still have Owuzie.
They just need someone who is. I don't think Zay Flowers is overrated, like Dan said, but he's not. Hopkins is washed. Bateman is streaky. They do need someone solid for if they're going to.
Bateman, former first-round pick. He does have the talent.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. How much are you going to throw the ball? Plus, there's rumors that they're trying to get rid of Mark Andrews. Really? They're trying to trade Mark Andrews. So.
Because Likely. That's why I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Isaiah Likely.
Remember
they drafted Mark Andrews the same year they got it was Mark Andrews, Lamar, and Hayden Hurst.
Yeah,
their first round pick was Hayden Hurst.
And then they got Lamar.
Moved back in for Lamar.
Yep, and then third round they got Andrews.
Yeah,
that
was awesome. The last Ozzie Newsome draft, right?
Yeah. That was the last Ozzie Newsome draft.
Yeah. The bang, he was like, "Look, here's some shit, man."
So I always reference that draft when I bring up my love for Tucker Kraft because they drafted Musgrave early, but then they drafted Tucker Kraft later, and I was all over Tucker Kraft and rookie drafts, and people were taking Musgrave in the 3rd round, and I was getting Tucker Kraft off waivers. I was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Like this dude's a beast." And now look at it.
Thanks for jumping in. We miss you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Was that your Aussie accent? Oh my god, that was bad.
The shrimp on the Barbie.
Oh my god. I don't know if that's going to be passable, and I hope he didn't hear it because there will be repercussions for that if he did hear that. Oh, okay. So I like the commercials that show previews for movies. Mission Impossible. I cannot.
Word, I have seen that one a lot.
Yes.
They're making a new Mission Impossible movie.
No, it's
Bro,
a
they're gonna be
continue.
making
It's the
those
second
until
part.
he dies.
It's the second part of the last one. The last one never was part 1. This is part 2.
Oh.
Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, part 2.
Haven't they made enough of them movies?
No, there's never enough. Shut your mouth.
Impossible.
Because it's impossible
Mission
that there's not enough Mission Impossible. I put Jelly Rolls in jail. No?
I mean, it's like Fast and Furious. Like, there's going to be 20 of those things made.
Yeah, but you have to admit that Jason Momoa in the last one was fucking hilarious. He was the best villain ever.
I like that they just even like pretend to be anything what they are, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what we are, dude. We're just gonna fucking just
grab
lean into it.
Just this Green Bay Packers fan is showing off his belly where he has, I'm assuming, shaved it so it has the letter G. His wife must be so proud.
Maybe it's a cheese block.
Ugh, maybe it's just disgusting and he shouldn't have done that. Ever. Jackson trade up, Travis Hunter, 2 quarterbacks taken, 4 offensive linemen, and 12 players from the SEC.
So Baltimore pick is in. Do we know what they took?
Not yet. Because B-League is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because B-League is no longer here. But we have the Baltimore War Room.
Malachi Starks?
Malachi Starks? Really?
Yeah.
They traded up for Malachi Starks?
Yeah.
They gave a number 1. They gave a number 1 pick for Malachi Starks.
For a special teams guy, like.
Nice.
Wait, that's the same pick? Holy shit! I thought another pick had passed instead. Oh fuck, that's crazy.
What?
I thought like since that first round someone traded up, I thought like another pick had happened since then. I didn't realize it was just the same thing. So holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Houston's crazy. Houston's fucking dumb.
I mean, Malachi Starks was like 7th in my rankings for cornerbacks, and there's only been 1 taken so far, right?
Yeah, the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Well, Travis Hunter and whoever else, but like, who was it? Will Johnson? He went.
The Broncos picked up a dude.
Okay, he has a nice suit on though. I'm not gonna lie.
The pink, right?
He looks, the pink. He looks good in pink.
Jahdae Barron.
Wait, what?
The other quarterback taken.
That Denver took.
Barron. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, Barron was the only cornerback taken. So you
Besides,
still have
like Travis Hunter, yeah.
So you still have Will Johnson on the board.
Mm-hmm.
You still have what's that dude? Revel. There's another guy I liked. Morrison.
I like it that they're all friends in the green room. That makes me happy. They're all happy for each other. That's nice. I like that.
You ever seen that clip of like the 2004 draft where it's like Eli Roethlisberger, fucking what's the wide receiver's name from the Cardinals? You know what I'm talking about? He played there for mad years from 2004.
Oh, the one from Pittsburgh?
Nah, he's in the Cardinals.
Right, but he played at Pitt.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Shit, has a really nice ass.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, that was you.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah.
They're like all like hanging out and talking the draft, talking about like talking shit about like some shit to each other. It's kind of funny.
They're not happy for each other.
No, they were. They were like joking with each other. It's funny like seeing them all like mad young, like not knowing like they're all gonna do mad good later. And then Phillip Rivers. Larry
Fitz is the man. I was very sad that he played for Arizona, not for Pittsburgh. That made me...
They squandered.
Wow, this is a long hug.
For real?
They're like, yeah, they could be like married right now. I don't think he thought he was going to get picked. And I can't believe that they gave up a round 1 pick for him. Nothing personal. I mean, Georgia defensive players, you got to admit, are like good. They're, I mean, just across the board, Georgia's known for its defense, but yeah, Detroit's picks in.
Oh shit, they didn't waste any time.
They what?
We didn't waste any time on that shit.
No, they didn't.
What do they really need? More like defense?
An offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They need defense.
I mean, they could use someone on the offensive line, defensive line.
Okay.
They need defense, man. If anything, last year proved they need to make sure they have backup reserves for that defense.
Yeah.
Because
the main dude got hurt, right?
Yeah, everyone got hurt on their defense.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if they go wide receiver here, that's just going to be a cheat code. It's not going to be fair to the rest of the league.
Word.
Yeah, but who's their OC now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they might have just promoted someone they had on the
from
staff.
within.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no!
I don't remember hearing about any kind of hiring or something like that.
No. Okay, they're telling us what a great person Malachi Starks is, which is great. I love that. I love that for him.
I don't understand.
He loves his mother.
And his mom, his dad, and his girlfriend. Why is she in the picture? Mom and dad, I can understand. Look at the body language. Mom is wondering why she's in the picture too. You can stand right behind me, sweetheart. I gave birth to him. I birthed him.
There's a pecking order here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, back there, buddy. Back of the line. And I have sound off, and I know his mom's yeah. Oh, they are going to talk to the girlfriend.
Are they really?
Yeah. Mom's like, keep it short. Keep it short.
All right.
Okay.
Washington. Come on.
Wait.
Luther Burden.
Who did Detroit pick?
I don't know.
Well, how are you skipping over Detroit to go to Washington?
Because Washington's on the clock.
Oh, okay.
Word.
Dude, Detroit room is exactly what you would expect. Bunch of guys in sweatsuits.
Speaking of that, I need to hop on.
Yeah, right.
You need to what?
My buddy's from a Washington fan.
Oh.
So I got to hop on his podcast real quick. Because he was saying he wants Luther Burden, so they have the chance to get him.
Who's the slide for who is a huge surprise? Oh, he had knee surgery though. It's not a surprise. Lions don't really. I mean, they need to shore up defense, but their offense is legit.
Oh, yeah. Mike's on this podcast.
Tyreek Williams, defensive tackle.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Word.
I still want to know who their offensive coordinator is, though, because I think that's going to matter.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot. Although their defense is legit, so.
Word, because he's still in the division too. That's gonna be very interesting. See how that plays out. Because they've seen his offense, and he's seeing what their defense is. So it's gonna be interesting.
Chicago's gonna be good this year.
Word. They gotta fix up that O-line a little bit though, also. Or did they do that?
They did that in free agency a little bit, but okay. Tyreek Williams committed to Ohio State without taking him to Columbus. 16.5 tackles for loss since 2023. Yeesh. Okay. I don't hate that for Detroit. I don't hate that for Detroit at all. Although, didn't help my fantasy. So,
yeah, right.
Kind of hate that for myself, but I don't hate that for Detroit. Ooh. Mbuka to Tampa doesn't help my fantasy either, I don't think. Because Cohen's gone. Dude, so many offensive coordinators are gone.
Jacksonville.
Right. So I hope people don't discount, I don't know. Chris Godwin supposedly took less money to stay in Tampa. Why, I do not know. But
and they had that third dude too who's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
right?
and they just got Mbuka, who is Chris Godwin light. So
Someone's getting traded.
I know, right?
That's the real implication is where like Chris Godwin goes now.
I know. After he took like less money, they were like, see ya. Sorry.
Yeah, now you're just that much easier to trade now, man.
Exactly. We got Mbuka now. Bye. I just wonder.
Oh my God, that'd be so fucked up though. But well, fuck it.
I know. It's like,
I'll take a pay to beat you guys. Cool. See ya.
See ya. Washington. Ooh.
They also need defense really bad. No, but their defense played really well last year, actually.
Yeah, towards the end, like the second half of the season, their defense got good.
Yeah.
But they picked up Debo, right? They got Debo.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
They need a running back. They need a legit running back.
Because they had the one dude, right? Brian Robinson, I think his name was. And
the one got shot and then came back.
The Niners got a guy who got shot too, right? The wide receiver. Yeah.
Yeah. He came back too.
Oh,
yeah. These guys getting shot and coming back. Kudos to you, buddy.
Word.
Kudos to you. Their offensive line wasn't that great though, right?
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. So yeah, I mean, this is a good spot for an offensive lineman too.
I might have to be a Washington Commanders fan this season because clearly Mason Rudolph and whoever are not moving the dial for me. So yeah,
I don't know. Mason Rudolph has been there so long. That's so crazy. He's outlasted so many other quarterbacks. Doug Hodgins.
But that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for Pittsburgh.
Word, right? People come in like for the first day of like fucking training camp. He's in the back smoking a cigarette, like
exactly.
Like the fucking what's that? Jaws. They got the chalkboard. That's him coming to the meetings.
Yeah. No.
Nah.
I hope this doesn't mean we're getting Aaron Rodgers. I hope this.
Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers retires.
Yeah.
He's got to sign with a mental institution.
Word.
Dude's crazy.
If he retires, he's gonna wait till like the week of the Super Bowl to like take attention off it, basically, or some shit like that. You know, he's gonna like milk it, find somebody to milk it.
Yeah, I agree with that. He won't do it like when no one's listening.
Word, exactly.
The pick is in
for Washington.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, Mike knows. He's just not telling us.
How does he know?
I don't know.
Is he in Washington?
No, he's in California.
Oh, gee, that's way behind us. Does he want them to have? What position does he want them to take?
I have no idea. I know Robbie, the host, he wants Luther Burden.
Okay.
Because he's a Commanders fan.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I'm a Commanders fan too. But
because Debo gets hurt a lot too, you know what I mean? So it's nice to have like this other guy in there too.
Well, Debo's older. He's like what, almost 30?
32? I think he's like 32, right?
No, I thought he was like 29, 30.
Debo's only 29? Are you sure?
Yeah, he's about I think 29 or 30, yeah.
Okay. Offensive tackle.
That's a good choice for Washington.
No. Okay. Remember Larry Tunsil fucking
I love Larry Tunsil just because of the mask. Draft day mask. But I mean, Larry Tunsil's good. He had an off year last year.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
But yeah, dude.
I mean, you got to keep Jane Daniels upright, right?
Upright, maybe.
He's like a thin dude too, right? He's like kind of like
And he was hurt a couple times.
I don't mind it. I mean, there's so many running backs in this class. There's like 20 running backs that could be fantasy relevant.
Okay. I'm really not happy with Cliff Kingsbury's outfit though. Who was the quarterback for Washington? The older black guy, because he's in the war room.
Quarterback?
Doug? No.
Doug Flutie?
Is he black? Is Doug Flutie
I don't know. I don't pay attention to skin color.
Oh my fucking God!
I'm colorblind.
I don't see it.
No, shut up. Shut up. Doug Williams. Right? Doug Williams. That's his name, right? Yeah. Wasn't he quarterback for Washington? Oh, you guys are killing me. Seriously, you don't.
I know.
Remember?
I know. Kurt Warner was on the Giants once.
Josh Conley, offensive tackle. I like that pick for them. I like that for them. I like that for Jaden Daniels.
Right.
And my fantasy value in Jaden Daniels. Oh, he was like nondescript sitting in the corner. Oh my God, he's a big boy. Holy shit. I really like that for Jaden Daniels. This is a big man. Allowed only 2 sacks in 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right then.
So what does Buffalo do here?
Trade back.
They got to get a wide receiver, man.
They do need a wide receiver, but
they can't
they
keep pretending like he's this ragtag team of misfits.
But the thing is, they have Shakur already, so they can't draft Vernon.
You don't think so?
No, because that counter. What's the word I'm looking for? It takes away. Like Shakur is already the type of receiver.
Like a similar skill set, basically.
Yeah, so like they need someone else. So like maybe later in the draft they go with someone like Jaden Higgins.
So maybe trading back is probably the idea for them, as long as they don't trade the Chiefs, man, because they always fucking trade the Chiefs for some reason.
But again, like they could also use a running back because what is James Cook? Like James Cook's a 49% snap share guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's decent at the pass catching, but like they could use that bruiser type.
Yeah, true.
Judkins right here wouldn't be out of the question. I don't know. But I also
go wide receiver.
Yeah, but there's no wide receiver right here that makes sense at this pick.
There's nothing here that makes sense for this pick. Like seriously.
Like for fantasy wise, this is a throwaway. But now let's say at 31, the Kansas City Chiefs on the clock. Do they take
tackle?
No. Do they take an actual running back that can matter? And Travion Henderson.
They need offensive tackle. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life last season. Like their left tackle sucked. And not that I care. I mean, if they don't, and Patrick Mahomes runs for his life and takes what hits he has, I'm okay with that too.
MAGA Mahomes.
Yeah, because I'm not going to have him on my fantasy team, but I mean, they need an offensive. For team-wise, they need an offensive tackle. For fantasy-wise, I don't know. I mean,
who's the other guy they got? Worthy, right? He's right at some point.
Why are they still showing Shadir? There's no one in these last 3 that needs a quarterback.
It is really strange.
Yeah, right?
I have noticed that. Because they were like Washington, they showed Shadir. I was like, bro, there's no chance in hell Washington would
that any of these 3 teams are going to take him. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, they're just, although, I don't even know why they're doing that. That's sad. Leave him alone.
I don't know about that Josh Allen guy. Yeah, he won MVP, but.
But, hey, maybe Shador can come in and make him a little better.
Make him sweat a little bit.
Exactly.
So far, we've only had 3 wide receivers off the board.
Yeah.
2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and 2 quarterbacks, right?
Right.
Yeah. Defensive heavy drafts. That's kind of what the narrative was coming into it.
Like, people are saying, oh, this draft's not deep, but like if you look at it, there's still like 15 running backs that can be fantasy relevant.
Yeah, but I mean not first round fantasy relevant. You know what I mean? They're not going to be starters.
Very true.
Unless, God forbid someone goes down. Okay,
So the Bills pick is in.
Did you see Haley Stein? What is her name? What is his fiance's name? Who's in the Sinners with Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, that dude's awesome. Did you see the Sinners?
Oh my God! Did I not just say that? You're so funny. Who's the girl in there? Haley.
I'm not sure. I don't know who's in that movie.
It's the quarterback's fiance. Buffalo's quarterback's fiance.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forget Josh Allen has a life outside of football.
He probably does too.
They just like put him in the shed out back in the offseason.
Out in the back, just like have him throw like continuously until the season starts.
Coach, my arm is tired. Get back out there.
Get back out there. Throw some more.
He just like fucking Woody Harrelson from Cheers.
Is this another? Oh. What? Who is this kid in a wheelchair?
It's Timmy.
Oh my God! What is wrong with you?
There's a lot wrong with me, Gladys.
Oh my
you should
God.
know this by now.
Too, bro. That's the craziest thing. As soon as it Timmy, I looked up. I just saw that. I was like, holy fuck.
Oh, it's another Make-A-Wish kid. Oh.
So there's a Make-A-Wish kid making.
Oh my God! His name is Tommy. You gay. There's somebody. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, another Make-A-Wish kid.
Max.
Tommy Parzimizio. Oh, he has neuromuscular disorder. And he's a Buffalo Bills fan. And he has a really sweet bride. Wow.
And they picked a CB. Maxwell.
Really?
Hairston. Interesting. Like they couldn't allow this Make-A-Wish kid to actually pick someone good.
Relevant for fantasy?
I mean, this is his last year living. Come on.
Oh my God! Stop. Shut up. That is not even. Oh, from Kentucky?
Yep.
Oh, cool. He was in the green room, so I like that they picked him. Dude, all the guys left in the green room, they're in a line, and they're all giving him hugs. I love that for him.
Dude, I love that Shadir Sanders is still on the clock.
Why do you hate Shadir Sanders?
I just don't think he's a starting caliber quarterback.
Okay, I can agree with that. I mean, that's valid. Do you think that? I'm really glad that he got picked, but he clearly. Wow, didn't they lose a cornerback too? Though, I think they lost a cornerback, so this is a good pick for them. I'm okay with this. Did you get another Bud Ice?
Yeah.
Nice. Can you grab me one too? I haven't had one of those in years.
By my house, they had the deal 4 for $6.
Nice.
Wow.
Of the tall boys, yeah.
Of the tall boys?
Yeah. The 25 ounces. They give you the free extra ounce for free.
Nice.
I need to rethink my life plan. Like, what the hell have I been doing?
Revolving around Bud Ice? That's cool. That's nice.
Nah, at one of my low points, I was drinking Keystone Ice. Oh my God.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, for real.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bud Ice is what you drink when you're too good for the trailer parks.
And Keystone Ice?
Is when you're not good enough for the trailer parks.
Dude, Cleveland has the first pick in the second round?
I thought it was second pick.
Second,
No.
yeah. First is Titans.
Yeah, but
no.
Cleveland also has
No. Cleveland is the 33rd pick.
Really?
That's the
Why?
first
What
pick
happened?
In the second. I don't know, but that's what my screen says right now. Philadelphia, Kansas City, and then Cleveland.
Let me just double check. Oh yeah, you're right. Holy crap!
I'm looking right at it.
They have the 1 and the 4.
Oh, Shadir is going the first pick of the second round. You know that.
No.
You know.
Nope.
Oh my God, you know.
I'd rather take Jalen Milroe or Tyler Shuck.
Dude, Cleveland is taking Shadir in the first.
No.
I will put money on it.
I will throw all my Brown stuff away, and I
You
will
will not.
never. Yeah, I will. If they take Sanders, I don't want anything to do with this team. I'll become a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
But you're okay with Deshaun Watson. But you're okay with Deshaun
I hated the Deshaun Watson pick.
But you
know
didn't throw
that.
your Cleveland stuff away. You didn't throw your Cleveland stuff away. That's all I'm saying.
So if Cleveland picks Shedeur Sanders, I'm moving
So Shedeur Sanders is your watermark right
Yeah,
there.
I'm
You have
done.
Deshaun
I'm done.
Watson and Deshaun Sanders is your watermark.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna become a Steelers fan, and me and you are gonna
We don't
run
want
away
you.
and get married, Gladys. And we're gonna live a happy Steelers life together.
A happy Steelers life. only I believed in marriage. That would be awesome.
We can just be life partners. We don't need to get married.
Okay, we can be life partners.
I
That's
mean,
all.
unless you want half my money.
No, I have my own money, but thanks.
Well, then I want half of yours.
No, okay. You can have half my money. It's fine. Eagles pick is in.
Yes. What is it?
What do they need? Seriously, what do the Eagles need? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're good.
They killed it last year. They killed it last year.
Really, the worst thing about the Eagles winning is I just hate their coach so much. I think he's so bad, and he just coasts off like this amazing roster. I just hate him. He talks so much shit, man. I'm like, dude,
Nick Sirianni?
Yeah. He acts like he took like a scrub team and like turned him into contenders. Like, bro, they won the Super Bowl like 2-3 years before you like got there. Like, what are you talking about?
And they have elite talent.
This is going to be a luxury pick for them, man. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I can see them going like defensive line.
They did lose. They did lose secondary. They lose.
Yeah, I was going to say CB.
Oh yeah, they did lose.
They
CB.
could go CB.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome for them. Not so awesome for my fantasy, but awesome for them. Didn't they lose an O-line too? No, or they signed an O-line. Something happened on their O-line. Cataclysmic. So
I mean, Kelsey retired, but that was 2 years ago.
So last year they took Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, right?
Right.
But they could use like a long-term building block at the
position. But they lost
Gardner
Johnson, didn't they? Gardner Johnson's gone.
Yes, I believe.
For that 1 year, and then he left again.
Mm-hmm.
That defensive lineman also left. Milton.
Yeah. Still, man,
But don't they have the other guy too in the wings? Jalen something? The one dude they drafted like 2 years ago?
The Georgia guy.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they pick here is going to be a luxury for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
remember that 1 year they traded up to draft Dallas Goedert so the Cowboys couldn't draft him?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
I thought that was bad funny because like everybody knew he was gonna draft him. They traded up just to spite them, and I was like, they didn't even need him at the time too because that's when Zach Ertz was still like, kind of young in shape. But like, that's mad funny.
That was awesome. It was great. Anytime you can like screw Jerry Jones over, it's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But the Dallas didn't take a wide receiver, I think is.
Wait, the Eagles are trading pick 32?
Wait, what?
Hold on. No, I got a sleeper alert. Eagles are trading pick number 32 and 164 to the Chiefs for number 31.
So the Eagles went up one. Why?
Well, that happened 6 minutes ago, so I'm behind.
Yeah, the Eagles went up one because they should be picking 32 because they won the Super Bowl, but they're picking 31.
So why would they make this trade just for one pick? Who are they going after? Who do
they think Casey's going to take that they want? Because that's the only team that was ahead of them. They went up one pick.
One pick, and I don't understand that trade.
Unless it's an offensive lineman that they think KC was going to take, which I can't think of an offensive lineman that was worth.
Yeah, I don't.
Taking that one trade up pick for, but yeah. Do you think that some of these first round guys are making less money?
Pick is in Jihad Campbell.
Oh, interesting.
Linebacker from Alabama. That's actually a good pick.
Yeah, but I don't think Kansas City would have picked him.
No, I don't think so either.
They could have stayed pat and still got him. They could have stayed 32nd and still gotten him. Kansas City's the only team ahead of them to pick.
I thought that was weird too.
Maybe they made this trade because Kansas City was supposed to be Super Bowl champions.
What do you mean supposed to be?
Supposed to be. They were
That was
supposed
the
to win.
script.
The script said KC was supposed to win.
Oh my god.
So the NFL just readjusted.
They just readjusted and just made it look like they won.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I want to see KC draft a running back right here. It needs to be Henderson. Please be Henderson.
Why? Why are you so high on Henderson? Oh, good. He was in the green room. Yay!
You really wanna
Another
know?
guy. No. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm watching the green room right now. You know how happy it makes me when they get out and they don't have to stay in there. And all the other players give him a high five. I feel so happy for him. Yay. Okay. Why? Yes. Why?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why are you so high on Henderson?
Dude's a beast. Have you watched any Ohio State games?
No, I try not to.
So the dude's he's consistent, performs at like a high level. He's reliable. His decision making's incredible. He's got good vision. What else? He like starts and stops on a dime. He's explosive, quick feet, changes direction.
And you want Kansas City to have this? You want Kansas City to have
because
all
they don't have a true running back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
like
bad.
the dude, and the thing is, like he picks up blitzes in pass pro.
So you want Kansas City to get better, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why?
For my fantasy fucking teams. Like, I don't care about the NFL team. I want my fantasy team to be better.
So Henderson would be the guy that you pick for your fantasy team, or you're picking someone else from Kansas City for your fantasy team?
No, I want Henderson for my fantasy team. Like in fantasy drafts, I'd pick him over Cam Ward.
Even if they keep the same offensive line that they had last year.
I don't care because the dude, he could pick up blitzes on his own. He's going to help Mahomes. He's got great hands on those check down.
Okay.
Like he's
that
got the
gets you a lot of snaps doing those kind of things.
Like he's not the like Henderson isn't the best receiver like a CMC or Kamara type, but you can get a home run out of this dude at any moment and he'll take it to the house.
Picks already in.
And it's Henderson, please. Dude's well rounded, man. Like for fantasy, we want Henderson in this spot right here.
We want Henderson in this spot.
Like yeah,
even though their offensive line's trash.
And it doesn't matter because then like Henderson had 6.5 yards per carry, which is a terrific number.
Who did he play for?
Ohio State.
And how was Ohio State's offensive line last year?
I mean, good, but
yeah, exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying.
I don't know. I already put Henderson in my top 10 dynasty running backs.
Okay.
And I'm not. It doesn't matter
I'm
what
not
team
taking him out. Okay.
I'm not taking him out. It doesn't matter what team he lands on. But if he goes to the Chiefs, I'm going to have to move him up. And that's going to be hard. Because right now I have him at RB9. And I don't know who to move him up over if he goes to the Chiefs. Like, I know this is a hot take, but we're going to wait.
Okay.
And you're going to see people catch up. Because like right now,
okay. I think that there are I don't know. Ashton Gentry at Raiders, I would pick above Henderson in my dynasty.
Dude, Gentry's my number 3 or no, my number 3 dynasty.
Running back or just player?
Gentry is my number 3 running back in dynasty before
Who's
the draft.
Who 1 and 2?
Obviously Bijan and Gibbs.
Oh, I'm talking rookie. Where was he in your rookie?
1, like
okay.
-1 because he's so high.
-1?
I don't know if he can get higher than 1.
I don't think you can get higher than 1.
-1 would be higher than 1, right? Because if you have
than 1, wouldn't it?
No, it would be higher because like two would be lower. So -1 would be higher.
Okay, I don't know what kind of new math you're doing, and it's really starting to scare me a lot.
Well,
I fear for our children that if those genes coming through, that's not going to be good.
well,
But
I'm gonna hit you with a little secret here. All right.
okay,
So I'm actually I'm a cybernetic time traveling machine sent back
okay,
from the future, and
okay.
I'm dropping the fantasy football intel before it even happens.
Okay, well, here's some intel I'm going to drop on you. 33rd pick tomorrow, Shadir Sanders.
No, that is not going to happen.
Dude, you know it is.
It is not going to happen.
Everyone in the universe knows that's what Cleveland's going to do.
So
okay, KC picks in.
Sanders is already a bust. They take Ohio State offensive tackle. That is awesome
Josh
pick.
Simmons.
Fuck yeah.
I told you. Did I not call that? Did I not call offensive
Simmons
line?
was my number 2 offensive tackle in this draft.
Simmons is, that's a great
That
pick.
is an awesome pick.
Browns are on the clock. Oh.
Browns are on the clock. They do not take Shedeur Sanders.
What do you guys think about Dart's landing spot?
I told you earlier, I don't like it for the right now because you're behind 2 quarterbacks that could play ahead of them. But for Dynasty, I think he's still going to be a better Dynasty quarterback than Cam Ward because Cam Ward, dude's going to need 35, 40 touchdowns just to be
and he's in Tennessee.
Just to be yeah. But he needs those 35, 40 touchdowns just to be like a top 12 quarterback in fantasy.
Shit.
Dart can run.
Yeah.
Like, dude, as soon as he hits the field, he is going to be the number 1 quarterback in his class. So I'm willing to take Dart in the early second. I actually think Dart falls to like that 203. In Dynasty drafts, he'll probably fall to like the 203, 205. I've seen him going 203, 205 right now, but now with this landing spot, he may even fall farther. And I'm willing to take that chance on him because I'll put him on my bench for a year.
Okay.
And then he's going to blow up. You're
There's
taking,
no way he wouldn't start next year. In 2026.
Yeah, next year he's going to start. So I'm willing to, take that hit this year in the early second round. You're taking Cam Ward with the 102, 103.
No.
And the dude's not even going to be
QB2. I don't think many people are taking Cam Ward. I mean, Tennessee does
people are taking him. They're taking him at 101, 102, 103.
That's crazy.
That's
fine. I've never seen him fall past 104, which I said in a chat for the fantasy intervention. I'm like, Cam Ward right now, this was the month or two ago, he shouldn't even go 106, 107. Because if you put him in last year's draft, he would fall out of the first round. He wouldn't be the 101 in the NFL draft.
None of these guys would be in the first round.
None of them. No.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah.
And people are reaching on him so far ahead just because he's 101. But did you know that only 11% of the first round picks since 1980 were actually Pro Bowl, not Pro Bowl, Hall of Famers. So only 11% of the first round picks since 1980 were Hall of Famers. Now that either tells you that the teams are so bad at taking first round 101s, or the management just doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, I mean, I think the draft is like, it's not an exact science anyway. You know what I mean?
It's not that hard.
Apparently it is. Apparently it is. Unless you're, Philadelphia. Apparently it is hard. Because not very many people ace the draft at all, ever. So it's not exact science. It's not. I mean, my best pick. Travis Hunter. That's all I care about right now. Am I getting his IDP points? Am I getting his IDP points? Am I getting his interceptions when I play him? Because I will play him every week in DraftKings if that's the case.
Who's their defensive coordinator in Jacksonville now? Do you know offhand or no?
No.
Because it's that dude from Tampa, right? Cohen or something like that.
Cohen's
the OC. Cohen's the head coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's the one running the show. Yeah. Because
so he's going to use them offensively.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was wondering who their defensive coordinators with, like someone who can like be more creative with that, and, like figure some like packages out for him, at least something like that. You know.
I know.
Play every snap.
Even if he only pays like 20% on the defense.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm okay with that. That's like an interception a game. I'll take it.
Word.
All right. So how do you feel about the Giants?
Not better than I did before the draft, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just thought they were gonna like skip on the quarterback this year and like that's it. I was like, nah, at least you have somebody in the building, you know? And from what I hear, it should be pretty good, especially if he sits a year behind like Russell Wilson and them, whatever like that.
Because like, you're listening to Jamie? Okay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And Jamie, what do you feel about Cleveland?
I mean, they're still trash as an organization. I wish I wasn't born here, but you know, at least we did something.
True.
You know, I like getting the first round pick next year, and I like getting the extra early second.
Word.
When you take
we'll see. No, I would. They could take a running back, Judkins. They could take Henderson. They can get. I mean, yeah, if they take Shador, I'll be pissed. But if they make up for that and take a running back with their 104 or 204, I won't hate it. I'll just throw half of my shit away.
Okay, we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. All right, Ralphie, what do you want to promote before we leave?
Yeah, just me, my music, my band, Other Robots. Look us up on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music, yada yada. That's about it.
That's awesome. So you're a robot band? Because I am a cybernetic organism from the future.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I could be like a background dancer.
Some Daft Punk shit.
Nobody wants that. Jamie, what do you have?
Me, Kyle, and Raul, we have a show every Wednesday night at the Fantasy Six Pack. We do a Dynasty show every Wednesday at 9:30. I also do.
Is that 9:30 Eastern time or 9:30 Mountain time?
Regular time.
Okay. Okay, I'm guessing that's Eastern time.
Yeah, we don't live in the mountains in the secluded area and log cabins.
Shut up. Right,
like we don't have goats running around.
Whatever. And what else were you gonna say?
Yeah, I've been doing. I got the RPO football show. I do my own podcast over there. I just did my wide receiver and running back videos, and me and Steve Hungarter, we do IDP stuff over on that channel. So the RPO football show, check it out. Also, Fast Draft. If you haven't checked out Fast Draft, go download Fast Draft. If you don't have an hour to do a full draft, take 5 to 7 minutes. These drafts are quick. We do 6 rounds. It's a best ball format. You're drafting 6 players. The top 4 get put into your lineup. You also get to set a 2-time points, a 1.7 time, a 1.5, and a 1.25. So you get extra points for the players that you selected. It's awesome. Use the code HUNTER to get a $50 deposit match whenever you sign up.
Nice. All right. And don't forget about you guys' Doc's book. Injuries suck, but your fantasy team doesn't have to. You can get it on the site that I no longer am on. It begins with the A, ends with the
Amazon.
N. Man, we're trying not to say that word. But yes, we can get Doc's book. Yeah.
Don't you live in the jungle? Up in the mountains.
Okay, up in the mountains and the jungle are two entirely different things. They're not even close geographic. So I mean, pick one or the other. Pick one or the other.
Swamps of Antarctica.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for going for two. Thank you for Geoff for letting us do this for 2 hours. Thank you for Pittsburgh for not taking Shedeur. And we will see you soon. Bye, everyone.
All right.